It's just the whole OST, so there's gonna be some wildly, like, uncomfy things in here. Don't worry about it. Alright, so let me show you. This is the canvas for hyper mode. It's about 292 by 292. I forget why I chose that size in the first place, but I'm pretty sure, like, if I go to the cry, it's like 267 by 267. Yeah, like, these are roughly all around the same, like, 300 or less pixel size, and I try to use the same thing where it is, I've got a bunch of, like, folders that I use for them. Where are they? There it is. That's it. Oh, I cover up the folders as my PNG tuber. Shit. I'm gonna just reduce the volume on the Little Goody Two Shoes soundtrack a little more. There we go. I don't want to cover the chat. I guess I'll cover up my color wheel and then just flip. Flip. There you go. You did not see my tail getting clipped off. Don't you worry. Hello, Evie. Welcome in. How you doing tonight? And congrats, Lamp, on playing Chapter 10 of Path of Radiance finally. I understand you had to retry Chapter 9 a few times. But yeah, my general thing is that I try to keep my folders basically the same no matter what. You can see in this one, the background just doesn't fucking exist in terms of, like, a layer color. But on some of them I do have, like, the back paper layer, then there's the sketch normally, and then from there I try to have the lines, and then the coloring for the lines, and then the colors all on that same layer. And then this, I think I differed from the rest, because, like, I put the highlights on this layer, and then, like, this, I think I decided to put that as a glow layer. Yeah, on future ones. This is one of my earlier ones. But I try to keep the same format all around. So I think I also was trying to do where these would be on the vector layer. Yes. So one thing I was doing for trying to preserve quality is keeping the line art as, like, a vector layer, and that should make adjusting it at any point in time easier. Like, you can see I got this, like, pinch tool here. Wee. Just ignore all the, like, extra 50 million lines that are in there because I'm really bad at line art. Like, at any point in time, I could adjust these lines as needed. Just gonna undo that. Okay, so time to go wiping literally everything off the face of the earth. This is me being lazy and just, like, getting rid of everything I can. Okay, now there's nothing to actually pinch here anymore. Perfect. Okay, I've had it as an issue before where sometimes, like, the vector lines, their points get saved. So you know what? In order to save myself the stress and the struggle, I'm just gonna, where is it? Where's the new vector? There it is. Undo that, get rid of you. Bam. Okay. You're cold and tired, Evie, but you have hot chocolate so you feel a bit more awake. Good to hear. Good to hear. This is the best time of year for hot chocolate. I'm that bitch that will drink hot drinks in the summer and cold drinks in the winter. You cannot stop me if I want them. But, hot chocolate in the winter cannot be beat. Oh, the choice of gift for tonight's stream. That's really just my mood. It's just a nightmare every single time my Thursday game gets cancelled. I look forward to those games so much. So it's just, I hear that in my head every time the cancellation announcement inevitably comes out. Nightmare. I would say I'm getting used to them being canceled, but I literally had, like, an emotional breakdown earlier in the week when all of my other stressors piled on top of each other, and, like, that was one of the things that was, like, the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. So, I don't think I'm getting over it. But whatever, it's fine. Let's get to the actual meat and potatoes of why we're here. Emotes. I have a backlog of emotes that I've been meaning to make. One of which is a meme from a previous Doodle stream. I don't want the trade offer one because that is... Aha! Okay. So, from this old Doodle stream that we did, the April Fool's one, God, that was over 6 months ago. Fuck. Time is fake. But I was asked to do, like, the Absolute Cinema meme. I would like to turn this into an emote. I have no fucking clue how I'm going to make it work, but I would like to. Now, I shouldn't have opened the PNG. Let me just actually get the layers open, because if I'm smart, I put those into folders. Let's find out if I'm smart. Yeah! I'm the greatest. I did put them into folders. Alright, so then I can just, in theory, copy and paste it here. Haha, yeah, too big. Okay. Undo that, and let's create new from clipboard and do our good old-fashioned perfect classic of resizing into oblivion. Hello, randomist. How are you doing tonight? Seeking to chat by utilizing my altered sight lines. It is altered. I'm focusing on my art first and foremost. Alright, so I can get rid of you now. And let's see how this fits. What are you? Ooh. Oh wait, that was undo is what I did. So, oop. Closer. Let's do that, because like the point of the Absolute Cinema meme is that like you need both of the hands up. Oh yes, my PNG tuber, I flipped it. I didn't want to cover up my layers because I was talking about how I organize them and how I should really be using folders more. So in that case, I moved myself over to the left because all you have is like my brush sizes and colors, but you can see the colors I'm putting down anyway, so it's fine, right? Alright. So in theory, I think, like, I've been trying to follow the rule that, like, if I'm making an emote, it should be obvious what it is based on the actual emote, not any text that's on it. But I feel like that's just not going to work for something like this, where it's the Absolute Cinema meme, and, like, that's at 200. This is at 100% magnification. But if it's actually going to be an emote, it would look something more like this. And I don't think that's clear. So I think I need the text. I need the text to say cinema for people to actually get it. And then from there, I am going to just pull up the Absolute Cinema meme as a reference. Absolute Cinema meme. Yeah, that's basically it. That's the pose. I just did the fucking pose, minus the articulating the hands. I don't do articulated hands unless I absolutely fucking have to when I'm making art. You finished episode 7 of Dispatch? Ooh. Congrats. How are you enjoying it? That's like one before the end, right? Put that back. Why are you I don't understand what I'm doing anymore. Get rid of you. Alright, so if I get rid of these colors, I can actually just use this as my sketch, as my guidelines. I'm gonna... More than anything, I should probably... Nope. I don't want the folder layer? Layer there. I should just put, like, placeholder text. Ah, that's too big. Cinema. Close enough. Alright, and we're gonna be lazy, and we're gonna use the outline feature. Bam! Haha, look. Only cinema emote you've seen is a wide, better Twitch TV emote. Trying to do a regular one for it is going to be hard. That's the issue. Like, I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to make this work, but I want to at least try, is my thought. Why not do a little bit of fucking around and finding out as a treat on this day where my tabletop game has been canceled and I have nothing else going for me. Anyways. I'm being dramatic. I've technically had a few days to get over it. Not get over it, but like adjust to it. Because we actually heard the news earlier in the week that Thursday game was going to be canceled and then most of the rest of the month is going to be canceled. So like, I think I have accepted it at this point in time, but the day I found out, I was a very bad, no good, awful, horrible day. Yeah. Alright, let's get here and then just do some test lines. I've been trying out different ones, like the G pen, for example, I think is my standard coloring pen. I've been testing to see how I like it for lines, but I think I don't want it just because like there's not a lot of line width that I get from it. And then this one is too pixelated. I made the Pokemons with this one, the PNG tubers, and it's just pixels. And it's at the least pixeled version. So one thing I've been considering is like the mapping pen, because that does have some line weight at the end there. The turnip pen has none. Calligraphy is too much. Textured pen, too textured for my tastes. Yeah, I could start flipping to doing like pencil stuff too, but mapping. Bad news on an already not great day. It was not the best my previous Tuesday, but it's okay. I'm better now because it's been 2 days. I'm not coping. 8 is the finale. You've been enjoying it. The overarching story hasn't been anything too novel, but the production quality's been top tier. You know, sometimes that's all you need. You just need to have good presentation. You don't have to be super unique or anything. I want this to be a little darker so I can actually tell where the hell my lines are. I say a little? Mostly darker. And I don't need that layer because it's just the highlights of the eyes. I can use this as an extra guide too if I need it. Perfect. You have way too many Clip Studio brushes downloaded, so you deleted some, you keep grabbing more. Yeah, I tried to go on a whole, like, I want this brush and that brush binge recently, but then when I tried them out, I didn't actually like them, so I ended up deleting most of what I got. The only thing I kept is this, like, perfect pencil brush. I don't know. I like it. It's just, it's real cute when I do, like, sketches and stuff with it. So that's why I have it. Let's just take like a medium brown and start inking because we already have our sketch. I'm gonna actually reduce the thickness, darkness again. There we go. Connect the fucking line, thank you. That's uneven. Oh no, my sketch is uneven. Alright, well, I can fix this. Maybe. Good enough? Good enough for now. It's gonna be covered by hair anyway. I feel like my lines are too thin. They're really not gonna show up well when it's so... Like, hang on. Whoosh. Oh yeah, that barely shows up at smaller sizes. Okay, so changing plans. Instead of 10, let's do like 20. Because unfortunately, I don't know how to do those like fun lineless emotes that I sometimes see people doing. I just need to go all in on outlines. You don't need to be unique to be excellent. I feel like Dispatch is a great example of it. Agreed, agreed. 20? Yeah, Juice 20. It's technically specifically like the brush size that I'm using. I'm older than 20. Teehee. Okay, there's that. And like maybe I keep one of the little dots to just show the chain. There we go. Something like that. Man, I was doing 20 drawings tonight. Nah, I'm lucky if I'm even gonna finish one drawing tonight. Let's be real, because these are meant to be emotes, not like drawing requests. If this was a doodle stream, I would have said it was a doodle stream. All right, so then let's go down here and do like the sweater. I don't like how that's turning out. Why do I not like that? I don't know. You like this red makes you think of ketchup? This isn't a red, it's a brown. I mean, I guess it is like a red brown. Like it's a red-based brown as opposed to an orange-based brown. Like this is like an orangey one. This is like a yellowy one. And this is a like full red-based one. And then this is like somewhere in between these two. Like a red-orange brown. Ah. I forgot I left my brush on the big setting. And your phone looks like Heinz ketchup? Oh, goodness. I hope my screen display isn't fucking me up. I don't have I do the thing where, like, your screen turns into a warmer color at a certain time of night. I set mine for 9 p.m., so it shouldn't be up yet. Reddish brown? Okay, okay, okay. I guess your phone screen just sucks, Juice. I'm very sorry. Phones are just kind of fucky with colors. True! Alright, I still don't like how I did these, like, sweater things. I think I'm just gonna say fuck it, we ball eventually when I get something that's, like, vaguely like what I want. Like that. Fuck it, we ball. Lines are hard, guys. I'm doing the thing where you just like undo 50 million times, and I'm not proud of it, but it's okay. Expect nothing more from a $550 phone, and you're watching a 360p. That's probably a huge part of it, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if your phone actually has decent color screen and it's just the 360p. Turning everything crunchy. Delicious, delicious crunch. The old way of watching anime. You have your computer set to the warmer colors and continuously because you think it looks better. Hey, more power to ya. I turn mine on at night because technically it's supposed to help me with going to bed. It doesn't, but like I feel like I should have it. Do I even articulate the hands? I don't think I do. It even adds wrinkles to my forehead. Oh no! The 360p aging me up ahead of time. Oh. Well, how do I look with wrinkles? Would you still watch me even if I had wrinkles? You went to Clip Studio Paint, asked us sort of look at the names for your favorite brushes, and then you walked out with brushes to try. Evie! Evie, use the brushes you already have. Aw, thanks, Juice. I'm glad you still watch me if I had wrinkles. Good to know. Alright, this doesn't really look like a sleeve at the moment. I don't care. And nobody's gonna see wrinkle details at this level, okay? I'm fine. I'm not worried. Don't overcomplicate things, me. Oh, there's a wrinkle. Oh, there's a wrinkle. Anyways. Let's do the other arm. You still watch if I had Alzheimer's. I don't think I'd be allowed near a stream if I had Alzheimer's. That'd be real bad. Wouldn't be able to, I'm already so fucking forgetful where I can't even figure out what I'm supposed to be doing half the time. How bad would it be if I had Alzheimer's? I'll tell you. Absolutely horrendous. Good enough. You'd be surprised if I managed to stream it all with Alzheimer's. Yeah, like you think if I have Alzheimer's, I'm going to remember how to get OBS working? Nah, man. I had to be spoon-fed all that info by a good friend of mine in order to get this going in the first place. Without that free info, I'd be doomed. Good luck, me, getting that working again. That shit fucks you apart. It genuinely does, yes. Honestly, like, as I age, I am less scared of my body falling apart than I am of my mind. I'm a person who's always prided myself on, like, being, you know, sharp, smart, etc., etc. Like, you know, I can understand things relatively quickly. And so the idea of my cognitive functioning declining in any way, that is what scares me about aging. I don't need any more detail there. Technically, it's supposed to be like the sharp bit of like where the skirt comes up. I don't fucking need it. I don't fucking need it. Okay, that's fine because that mimics there. And then... I think I made this arm too long. Something about it just seems off compared to this one. Either that or like I shrank the arm here and now it's making this one look too long. Anyways, it's fine. We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll start with like the hand. You know, I guess, like, if this doesn't work for a Twitch emote, I can just make it a Discord emote. That could be something. Or like a sticker. Can I make stickers? Or do they only let you do that if you're a big fancy server? I never remember. I'm almost certain this is... Oh, goodness. Voice broke. I'm almost certain this is Lebkuchen's? Where are we? Where are we in the soundtrack? I'm just gonna double check. Yeah, this is Lebkuchen. So we just skipped past Rosen Marine and then Freya. Of course I recognize Lebkuchen's theme. Oops. Discord sticker might be good. Think you should be able to? Okay, we'll see. This is the field goal emote? No. So have you ever seen the Absolute Cinema meme? Here, I will just grab it for you now. Copy image. Create new from clipboard. This meme! It was popular on Twitter a little while back. A lot of people ended up making their own redraws of it and stuff like that. So back during the April Fool's stream, I think it, like the doodle stream that I did then, I think it was Sui that asked me to do this. And I went, okay, yeah, sure. And I liked how the sketch turned out. As I hide that, shoop. This was, oop. Shoop. This was roughly the finished version, minus the pixelation from being squashed and stretched and stuff. So I liked how it turned out. I thought it was silly and cute. So I'm trying it, or at least I'm gonna try to make it. Oh, I forgot about the hair there. All right, it's fine. We'll make the body and then just adjust as needed. Oh, right, okay. Sleeve. Sleeve is what I was doing. See, I'm already forgetting everything. Your mind was going to field goal or the guy that guides airplanes. Yeah, that kind of thing is why I think I'm gonna need that placeholder text up here. To try and make it so that way it works when it's really small. I have no clue if it will or not. Because, like, zooming out like this, it's not looking good at about... Yeah, that's about 13%. So 25%. I feel like you could see that if it was posted on its own, maybe. But you zoom out any more, and that's gonna get real blurry real fast. So, we'll see if this at all works. It might just be stuck in sticker territory forever. Oh, well. I'm just here to vibe. What are you guys doing as you join me for my art tonight? Playing more games, working on your own art? Tell me about your projects, because it's better than me complaining about no tabletop for the 30 millionth time. One thing I will say, if we don't play at all for December, then we're gonna be at like a 40% session rate for a weekly game. Cinema's way too detailed to be regularly emailed, so stickers should work well. I'm hoping so. Because then at least it can be funny. I'm basically the only one that uses my emotes in the Discord, but it's fine. Currently playing FE, but you plan to make a drawing later today or tomorrow for a Christmas gift. Hey, nice, Lamp. I'm gonna stop being teasing me. Okay, thank you, Juice. I appreciate you being nice to me. You use my emails in other service? Really? Ah! That makes me so happy to hear. No tabletop. Both the scream and the cry work for no tabletop. Let's be real here. The scream is what I feel like when I see that when we don't play for December, we have a 40% like session run rate. Oy. But crying is definitely what's better on the day when I hear that we're canceled. I'm like, this wouldn't be the end of the world if there were like more consistent tabletop games around. And there is technically one more game that I'm in right now. Yeah, see, this arm is longer for sure. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this and just shift it over a little bit. Oops, some of the points from when I made those color blobs did not erase. I hope I got them this time. Debating on what you felt like doing for a while, ended up landing on Fish Cup of Mod. You been making for Warhammer 40k Gladius. Ooh. How is the process going for that, Randomist? Like, I guess, like, how in depth are you going for it? I would like to hear about that. That sounds interesting. Your girl Neffany's on the next map. Hey, congrats, Lamp. I didn't know you were a Neffany fan. A lot of people surprisingly like Neffany, even though she's just like the very quiet girl type. You know what? More power to you. I love me some Mia. I love my quirky sword girls. China's trying to cancel K-pop Demon Hunters? What? Huh? That, you can do that? Oh. I accidentally unplugged my tablet. There we go, it's working. If you heard a little boo-doo, then that's why. Like cancel culture from China? China? Yeah. Like, I know they are a large viewer base, but I thought the movie already got nominated for a ton of awards, and like the songs have already taken off. Like, I don't know how they're supposed to cancel it at this point. Is it like trying to ban Winnie the Pooh? Oh, they did do that, didn't they? Well, that's not cancel culture then. That was just the president being the president, right? Okay, that thin bit is just not gonna show up. I know that already, so I'm gonna reduce that here. If I flip this, hide that. Oh yeah, it's very slanted. Okay, good thing we can try and fix this. All right. I could tell. I could just tell. This is why you flip your canvas, guys. Alright, so... boop, boop. Roughly something like this, I think, is what we should be aiming for. Yeah, that's better. And then we can grab the head here. Like that. Better. I should flip mine, but you don't know how to. Well, if you're using Clip Studio Paint, it's just this button underneath the chat. You can probably... Here's my cursor. I'm underneath the chat now at the preview. Right here, where I'm circling underneath the chat, there's like a little horizontal flip. There's also a vertical flip, but I don't know why you'd ever need that unless you're trying to draw something upside down. But the horizontal flip is great for checking your canvas. Okay, and then head. Like the chin should be roughly about here, I think. And then we can just whoop. Good enough, roughly. I think I'm gonna try... do I pinch? No, the pinch is not gonna save me here. Control. It might be... I'm gonna try and like... No, I just want to grab a point. Ooh. Haha. Something like that, maybe? You know what? Maybe I'll just erase it and redraw it. I should flip my model upside down for 5 minutes. You know what? I may not have a hotkey for that, but if you guys do want that to be added as like a point redeem, I can manually do that for you guys. Why the hell not? I've considered like doing like a a really shitty, poorly drawn version of this model to have it be like a downgrade me or whatever option for a point redeem. Like, it would be effectively like, oh no, not you. You're cute, but it'd be like this mist. Like, that's the idea that I had for a downgrade me point redeem. Alternate costume point redeems would be lit. That is true. Husband drawing mode. No. All of this was me. If you see any atrocious thing here, looking at you, Gengar, then this was all me. God. I was drinking. Help. I was drinking some water and then I inhaled it. God. I'm good now, but oh my god, yeah. Thank you, I will try not to die. I missed what you were saying about your mod, Randomness. I asked you about it, so I should go read it. Hang on. You were messing with more complicated stuff a while ago, but you don't feel like doing that now, so you're messing with the unit traits a bit, adding an ability one of the factions had to repurpose it. Cool. You had to make additions to one of the localization files, make a copy of the graphics, and engage in large amounts of trial and error. Oi! The worst part of fucking with game files. Alt costume where I'm just Mistia, that could be it. You know, then I would have a reason to... Where is it? There it is. Then I'd have a reason to break out this monstrosity. That's the husband drawing. Maybe it could be like a downgrade me point redeem, and then like it just downgrade again, and that's the husband drawing. That could be it. It depends on how many buttons on my keyboard I can safely use as toggles. Because I know a lot of people, they just get like a Stream Deck where it's just extra buttons purposefully made for shortcuts, but I don't have that. Alright, I was able to drink water this time and not die. Holy shit. I can't believe it. What a triumph, guys. Get rid of you. And get rid of you. I don't need you anymore. Alright, the skirt is also rotated. I think my entire sketch was rotated. I might have had a faster time fixing this if I just, like, took the whole damn thing and rotated it, but it's fine. We're here. Nicely done for not dying. Yippee! Wow, I'm getting praised for surviving. Wow. Semi-obligatory, the Megaphonic house that looks great. Thank you. Thank you. I'm pretty sure for that, I just looked at one of the models and then just ripped the posing from the model wholesale. I did not do anything to change the posing. It's just big cow, put on a crown, there you go. And you know what? It worked. Okay, I think I also see here that I need to, like, fix. Because, like, that was going out too far. Something like that. It's still a little uneven, but I can take a little bit of unevenness as a treat. You know what, maybe I drag it down actually. I think I like it a little longer than that. What about a head pat redeem? I don't know how I would set that up. Because I know some people, like, they have an animation that they can play on, and they toggle that to a shortcut, right? But then some people, like, they don't have an animation. It's just like a 3D model that they use. So I don't know what I would do for that. Especially because, like, the PNG tubing software that I use is pretty limited. Like, it comes with a whole extra frames for blinking. So, like, I could do that. But that would involve, like, having to draw, like, eyes closed and eyes open and stuff. I don't think it comes with any, like, extra stuff you can put into it, though. So I'd have to find something outside of that program. Which I guess is just a matter of doing research. But when there are already things I could be doing, like the alternate model thing, I think that would be worth it. Oh, let's fucking go! It's the best song in the entire game. Moonbird, my beloved. Good morning, Camille! I'm doing alright. Tabletop was cancelled, so I'm trying to do emote stuff instead. If this doesn't work as an emote, then, well, I can make it a sticker in the Discord at least. It's something. I assume you might have just gotten up if it's good morning for you. So if you have gotten up, how'd you sleep? Or if you've already been doing things, how's your day been? That's probably good enough if I just, like, fix the sleeves so they actually connect. Yeah. Yeah. Good enough. I think one of the big things I want to do in the coming year is try to get myself, like, a proper starting soon screen. You guys have had to watch Umi scream for long enough. I think I would like to get myself a proper starting soon screen. Where even if it's just, like, something that I drew, you know, and I don't know how people do it. If I had to guess, it's probably that they just, like, edit something, like a little video, and then they loop that video, is my guess. So I'd like to try and figure that out. I will piecemeal, bit by bit, build up all of the stuff that I need to be a real streamer, TM. Normally a looping animation. Yeah, that's what I thought. You had the worst headache last night, Camille? Oh no. Tried to get to sleep, but once you did, it was good. You spent the entire day yesterday working on art piece without food or water. Oh, Camille! That's why you had the headache! Oh my god! You're supposed to eat and drink! Oh my goodness. Are you okay today? Please tell me you've eaten something. And drank something for that matter. Camille, you can't just oops your way out of this. Take care of yourself. I feel like you forget to eat when you're drawing. Like, I used to do that. I've gotten better at not starving myself when I draw. So now I get to be on the team of don't fucking starve yourself, you morons. I think that arm is still too long. And it's also, like, not at the correct angle, so I need to shoop. Lines keep getting erased. I might have been working on the wrong layer. Uh-oh. Anyways, I'm gonna keep going. You know what? There is an easy way to find out if I have set myself up for disaster. Wee. Okay. Wee. No, I think we're good. It's not picking up any, like, random suspicious lines that shouldn't be there. Cool. You're better. Yeah, dinner after you realize what time it was. Okay, good, good. You've also forgotten to eat when playing games. Blame possible ADHD. Oh yeah, same, honestly. Think you blasting YouTube vids into your ears with your headphones the entire time didn't help either. Yeah, probably not. What could possibly be making my head hurt as I sit here for who knows how long, 8 hours of just something compressing my brain? What could it be? You are still not a right angle. I'm gonna scream. Every time I try to fix it, it gets a little better, but not enough better. You've been worse at eating after you started your meds again. You get hungry, but the urge to eat isn't there? Aww. I thought meds were supposed to help with that sort of thing. Alright, we can just raise the shoulders, put the seam line there. We'll raise the shoulder here. Not having the urge to eat is worse. Meds can sometimes make it worse. Oh my god, I didn't know. It's different for everyone. Whoa, I see. Have you guys ever seen that post that's like, man, sometimes I wish that I could be like rushed to the hospital and they test me and they're like, oh, you're deficient in the vitamins. Oh my goodness, we need to get you started on that now. And it fixes every problem I've ever had. And then on top of that, people get to go, you were deficient in the vitamin? That must have been so difficult. Whoa. Oh, you're so strong for having survived that for so long. Sometimes I feel like that with like all of my undiagnosed bullshit that I know I have. Like undiagnosed anxiety. Whoa, you're so strong for having been able to manage it for so long. You know? Anybody? Anybody feel me? Alright, it's a little tilted. I can still see that, but other than like changing the chest, I don't know off the top of my head how well I can fix that. You don't think you felt that specific feeling before? That post, I think I saw it on like either Twitter or Tumblr or something. Like it lives rent free in my brain. Wish that would happen. See people get IV drops into like manga and drama, and then they get all better. No eye bags, feeling all healthy, and you're like, I want that. Yeah, you get it. You get it. You just want like a magic fix for feeling healthy. Just snap your fingers, one and done, please and thank you. System reset. Yeah. The magical fictional IV that somehow solve all your problems. Yeah, if only it wasn't fictional though. If only it could solve all of my problems. Alright, that's probably good enough for the body. Because the arms are looking less wonky. They're still a little wonky, but less wonky. Okay. Then a cold is going to fuck you up like you're dying of cancer if it's an anime. Ugh, okay, you know, that's true, but I think I would take that. Because they also never get the flu or anything else. It's always just a cold. Alright, with all of that fixed... Oh man, you can really see where I deviated from the sketch, huh? Grab you. Move you roughly into place. That's probably fine. yeah, the ribbons. I forgot. Okay. Okay, hide that. And then unhide it, actually. Yeah, I just did whatever the hell I wanted. I didn't care about how the ribbon would realistically be. Because, like, if a ribbon is tied like this, then that means you're probably not gonna see most of it from behind. But for the sake of the silhouette, you still want to do it like this, you know? And then just, like, extend it out as much as you need until you get ribbon. And I also included the little trail streamer things. It's either get it often, but it's weaker, or get it rarely, but it's super strong. That's true. That is the two different ways how colds exist in anime. If you just occasionally felt like your existence was suffering due to anime cold, but immune to everything else, you'd probably take that trade. Yeah, I mean, like, the same characters that are all like, oh, I have a cold, I'm gonna be laid out for, like, 3 years. They're the same ones that can walk off, I don't know, getting hit by a car or something, usually, so we're good. Had to deal with that sort of thing last year, and it's probably worse than you'd expect from an anime cold. I guess it depends on, like, what the actual thing was that knocked you out, because some of them are supposed to be better than others. Alright, that's good enough for, like, the ribbon trail things. Is it even? Roughly? Look at that! Wow, amazing. I think I should probably shrink this down. Wait. Better. I don't like the positioning though. Yes. And then from there, we've got the thing at the top, then the neckline with the lace. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Oh man, I'm so good at this. You know, if I was better at this, maybe I would reduce my line size just for these inside lines, but nah, we're struggling on line weight 20, or using my own pressure to determine the line weight, because not all of this is 20 point. Is that what it is? Point? The lace is a very important detail. Okay, I have to include it. It's very cute. If I had to pick a charm point for the outfit, it's almost certainly the ribbon in the back. But, like, lace cute. The worst sickness you ever had was definitely the Rona. Yeah, yeah. As far as I know, my husband and I only had the coronavirus once, but it was fucking awful. It completely ruined our travel plans for the year, and we were laid out for basically like an entire weekend. I was suffering it like the weekend before we were supposed to travel. I didn't notice what it was at first, but like it was so painful because I was still on the phones at work at that time. So I had a horrible, like congested nose, a sore throat, and I was still making myself work the full 8 hours because I could work from home and I didn't want to use more PTO. So I forced myself to grin and bear it for those 2 days, and I felt like I was on the mend. And then wham, we take our COVID test before the day before we're gonna board our flight for travel, and it turns out we both had it. And then it just got worse from there. Yeah. He was out for like a solid 2-3 days. Couldn't do anything. Had to live on Dayquil and NyQuil. Could barely sleep because of how congested we were. It was awful, awful, awful. You hardly ever get sick, Evie. Maybe it was like a day, but feel better fast. Oh, that's very nice. I think I'm mostly the same. I haven't really had anything big to tell if that holds up for like really bad illnesses, but for colds and stuff, normally I don't even get knocked out. You take forever to get completely better, Camille. Ooh, yeah. Very sorry to hear that. A few days into your sickness randomness, you coughed so much that your lower chest muscles got sore enough to the point that existing was painful. Oh yeah, I've done that before. Because like I'm pretty sure when you cough that much where it starts hurting to breathe, it's like you've overused your muscles in your chest or something. And so it's sore at that point, and it's basically trying to say stop using me, but you can't stop using it. Just lingers. You know, if it was a cold or flu, you're better, but still had coughs and sniffles for like 2 weeks. Oof. That's rough, buddy. Ooh, now we're getting into the spooky part of the Little Goody Two Shoes soundtrack. Let's fucking go. I think I shrank the neck, but that seems roughly correctly placed when the shoulders are raised. So I think I'm gonna leave it. I'm just gonna get rid of those lines for the collarbone. We don't need the collarbone here. Alright. Cat-like enough. Cat-like enough part 2. I am gonna pull up my reference sheet for my PNG tuber because I forgot the eyelashes. 1, 2, 3. Okay, bottom one is bigger than the other one. Cool, 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 cool. Neck looks fine. Alright, glad to have the confirmation. And then those eyes seem a little low to me, so I'm just gonna whoop. I love the lasso tool. It's my best friend. Holy shit. Who needs to erase your mistakes when you can just move things around and make it look better that way? Yippee! Me with Liquify. Yeah! I upgraded to Clip Studio 2.0's literally just for the Liquify tool, and then I've been too afraid to learn how to use it. I'm too afraid of like fucking up everything that I have, so I just haven't touched it for really other than trying to curve lines when I don't want to redraw things. So asked me that you had to buy Clip Studio Paint to get that. So it's because I delayed. You're supposed to get a free upgrade to the version that has it, but I didn't actually claim it, even though I had like several months to do it. It just sat in my email, unclaimed. So, yeah, that's entirely on me. It does get pixely, so you have to redraw on top if you care hard enough. I noticed that! Okay, I wasn't sure if it was just like an issue with my settings or not. Glad to know that's actually just going to happen. And then... yeah, the hair should actually go here, so I need to start doing some erasing. It's crazy how many things you miss out on if you just don't actually take what they're offering you when they say it's free. Teehee, remember guys, if you're offered a free update for something that you use frequently, you should probably take it. I think I will erase that portion there. Good enough? Good enough, probably. I gave you thicker eyebrows, didn't I? Yeah. Also, when they do free gold coins, each login forgetting the expires, he didn't do anything good. Yeah! I do that too! I do that every single damn time. It's like, oh yeah, I'll just use them at the end, so, because then I have enough saved up to actually buy things with. No, I just waste all of them. That's one of the biggest indicators to me that I really do have ADHD, is just the whole, like, yeah, I'll do that later, and then as soon as it's out of sight, I forget it exists. My lack of object permanence cannot be beat except by somebody who is worse than me. Man, why can't I get this other eyebrow working? Whatever, maybe I just redo this eyebrow. The coward's way out. Redo the eyebrow you liked to match the eyebrow that you don't like. Because oftentimes that's easier, even if you sacrifice the good one. Alright, now are we gonna see those eyebrows? No, because we have bangs. No, I'm just gonna... wee 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 wee. Wee 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 wee. Something around there, yeah. One of the, like, shadow test things I did stuck around, so we're just gonna fix that. Alright, and then it was, like, Yeah, we had the one strand going there. Is this normal where people have to check their own references? Like, you'd think I would just remember, but I don't. Doing you free Black Friday pull on Project Sekai because you forgot and it's still there. Hey! For once, the ADHD didn't come back to bite us. Congrats on getting your free pull, Camille. Also, congrats on the good luck. Are you pulling for anything specific or just hoping for some strong cards? It's normal to have to check your own references. Let's go! I'm not a failure of an artist! Woohoo! There we go. That's kind of close enough to what I've got there, because, like, yeah, alright. Do, like, a little shoop here, because I think it's cute. Hoping for anything new. I forget, do you play on JP Sekai, or is it worldwide? Oh, sorry, EN, because I think Korea has its own server. So are you playing on JP Sekai or EN? EN? Ah, okay. How'd you feel about the new Nigo event? I've seen people talking about it on Twitter because apparently they changed like the translation for it from the JP version to be more ambiguous as to the nature of the relationship. I didn't have to use them, wanted to be called references after all. Well, in some cases, you're not making them for yourself. You're making them for other people, so that way they know like how to draw your character or like what they're supposed to look like. For example, I used to do a lot of Final Fantasy XIV roleplay, and a lot of people would mod their characters, and so you cannot see what they look like with the mods unless you have the mods downloaded yourself. So at that point, it's oftentimes better to have like a reference sheet available to show people what it should look like. Because you can describe all you want how your character looks in text RP, but a lot of people don't have the attention span to read a paragraph or more. So it's always better to have a visual. Not to mention, there are some people who just cannot form images in their head with aphantasia. So having visuals to provide really does help. 14 players can't read, we've been new. True. You like seeing what's to come? You don't read the stories, you have no idea the difference? Alright. Well, glad you can enjoy the events as they are then. Why am I putting extra lines in the hair? Nobody's gonna fucking see it with the cinema text. Alright, don't stop trying. Stop trying. You're making more work for yourself. I always fucking do this. I have a ref? Yeah, I have a ref. It's this one over here. But yes, you can have it. I will send it to you on Discord. That's what I'll do, because I don't actually have a link for it. I just have it saved. Let me do that right now for you. Camille. Fuck, I have to find... I hate how when you go to find someone in a server, it doesn't include the little thing to add an image there. So I'm just gonna... gentle boop for my sake. Okay, there we go. Now I can go here and just pull up the file. Where is it? Oh, I didn't save it as its own PNG. Maybe that's what happened. Huh. I surely must have. Why didn't I do that? Did I forget to move it? Because I made my own folder recently for all of my PNG tubing stuff. I should have done that a long time ago, but I didn't. I really can't tell you why other than I'm bad at things. All right, saving as PNG. Now I can throw it at you. How we go? Didn't realize the script, it was so cute. Thank you! The design inspiration for it was heavily influenced by Atelier characters. Specifically Atelier Rorana and Atelier Totori. Let me just grab you their images. Copy image, create new from clipboard. So this is Rorana. Apologies for the low quality, but like you can see I've got the like sweater idea from her at the very least. But the real influence from this series is definitely Totori, because copy image. Bam! You can see where I stole the skirt and everything. Also, like, she has a sweater thing going too. So especially like the ribbon in the back with the layered frills, stole that too. Hang on as I pull up my... Nope, that's the wrong one. Whoop. Yep, I stole the layered frills. I stole the like... her texture for the skirt here is kind of see-through. I did not want see-through, but I stole the kind of like a crinkled look, I guess. And then I've got like the metal part here that's also on the sweater here. Or not a sweater. I think this part is specifically like some kind of vest. The boots are just based off of boots I have in real life with extra metal stuff added on for the hell of it. The plating is solely because I love the look of like steel toe plated boots. I think they're so cool, so I had to add that. And then I added in the jewels on the dress because it was vaguely stolen from Mistia from Toho. I don't know if you've ever seen her, so I'm gonna grab her design. Copy image. This is Mistia from Toho. The first game that I ever streamed was a Toho fan game called Mistia's Izakaya. So I knew I had to include some kind of element. So the idea with like the brown dress primarily came from Mistia. And then with the little like jewels on it, that I also took that too, just not nearly as many. And then of course, I wanted to be a little kitty. So cat. I wonder if Aisha stole the layered back frill things from her also? No, I don't think it did. The designers for the Atelier games, they tend to have pretty different inspirations as far as I can tell. Aisha's is... I feel like they were aiming much more for like a fairy vibe from her, while the other Atelier games are really just going cute girls for the most part. I designed heavily inspired by Project Sekai characters. Handshake, Camille, both of us committing design theft. The only Atelier game you've played is Ryza. You forget her name, but you love the blonde rich girl's design. Usually hate her character trope. That's the gay one, right? For the one who's gay for Ryza. I see a bunch of fan art of Ryza and the blonde, with them being gay lovers. Need to play the sequels, you have them collecting dust now. I got 2 of them while they were on sale right before they announced the DX versions, and it's like, damn it! Because you don't qualify for an upgrade to the DX versions if you have the base ones, so you have to buy it again. I'm so disappointed. It was giving Yuri so much. Okay, yeah, then we're thinking of the same one. Gay rights. We love gay rights in this household. Yeah, DX. So with Atelier Games, they have this horrible naming thing that they do for upgraded versions. It used to be that you would have the base game, and then they would remake it with all the DLC included and some extra balancing adjustments and maybe a bonus dungeon or two a year or two later, and that would be the plus version. But now that we have Steam available and they wanted to port all their games over, they had to give that port a new name. So they decided for some reason on DX, I think like Deluxe, for the name of the game. And so all of the older Atelier games on Steam are going to be DX versions because they just took the Plus port and put it on Steam. And then from there, any newer games that were released on Steam concurrently, like they had their console release and a Steam release at the same time, they just dropped the base game. And then afterwards, they made the DX version available. They skipped the Plus stage and skipped straight to Deluxe DX. So the original Ryza games were on Steam, and now the DX versions are there instead. But if you have the original Ryza games, you don't qualify to get the DX version. You have to buy it again. I hate remake culture. Specifically when it gives you, where it releases all that stuff as DLC, and then you get like a full expanded game that has everything in it because it punishes you for getting a game on release. I was the exact same way when they did like Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal. I didn't get Royal because I already played Persona 5 on release. With new ateliers, because Koei Tecmo can't help themselves. I would wait until they're all out at this point. Yeah, like that's the thing. I know it must be a Koei Tecmo thing because like Studio Gust, the people who make Atelier, like for so long they've tried so damn hard to like make better games, I would say. But they're just constantly forced to put out the next thing that gets them a little bit of cash flow. Alright, I need to actually focus on what I was doing. Yes, long hair, and then... So it's like a swoop? So it'd be more like a swoop, actually. Yeah, so we're gonna flip that around. Maybe not, actually. Because, like, the ears should be going somewhere, right? God, you waited to play Persona 5 because the quality like that is too nice not to have. You don't trust Atlus to not do that? Yeah. You also didn't play Royal because you already seen all this stuff and things from regular Persona 5? Yeah! I was so excited. I've been a Persona fan since Persona 3. Like, I couldn't actually play the game, but I watched a playthrough on YouTube, and then I watched a Persona 4 playthrough on YouTube, and I went, like, back and forth between, like, oh yeah, here's the difference between, like, Persona 4 and Persona 4 Golden. All that stuff. Like, I cared about that. And so, first, I should have seen the writing on the wall when it came to Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal, but it'd been so long since we had a Persona game, so it's like, ah yeah, I'm gonna get the Persona game! It's my first time I can participate on release, oh my god! You know what, I think my trick was, I remember now. My trick is that I made it very vague. Yeah, this is supposed to be coming down from, like, the side as well as over the shoulder. Haha, that's what it was. Legit, the new version is SMT5 is so expensive too. Yeah, that one too. I forgot they did, what is it? Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance? Is that the re-release version? They add a Yosuke romance, you'll buy it only for that reason. Please do! I swear to God, if they don't add in the removed romance, then, like, what's the point? What's the point of remaking a game a second time? Like, they already kind of failed with Persona 3 Reload because they didn't include FemC. It could have been the definitive version, but no, you still have to get Portable to see all of the Persona 3 content. Also, if it was up to me, I would get rid of all of the lines that, like, say anything about a woman cannot become a man when it comes to Naoto, because it really muddies the messaging, but that's just me! You know, you go on Twitter and you say that, you know, you think Naoto could and should be trans rep, and they'll suddenly be all like, actually you're erasing the story of a woman facing misogyny in the workplace. Like, you fucking care about that, assholes! I know you don't! If you cared about women's stories, you'd listen to them more! Die in a fire! Anyways. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm normal. I'm fine. I don't hate the Persona fanbase. Let Yosuke out of the closet and realize he's bi. Good. Good. More fuel to the fire. Thing about that is you can still have both. In an ideal world, yes. But they like to use it to invalidate the trans read and say, like, actually it's harmful. But whatever. Whatever. Fuck the Persona fandom. They don't deserve half of what they have. And I'm really fucking this up. I have my own reference. It looks so much cuter here. What am I doing wrong? Okay, maybe it should be that I'm doing it like this? Kind of, yes. The amount of doujins you read of Yosuke in Persona 4 Pro Tag. It's crazy how that's like the most popular ship. Other than I think Naoto and the main character. I think Naoto is like the most popular girl. So stupid why they didn't do FemZ at all. Like, the men are too hot and must be romance. I think for me, it's less about like the romancing options, even though for a lot of people that's the point. And I like seeing all the dialogue changes. I used to be a bit of a hater on the FemC route just because of like, you know, you can potentially stop one of the biggest plot points in the game from actually happening. But like, they also did that in Fez with Junpei and Chidori, so I can't really blame the FemC route for that. All I can do is blame Atlas's writers for being fucking cowards! Not a fan of Yosuke, so you want to ship him with Teddy or something? He'd hate that. Good. You love Naoto. Nobusuke the most, she is a good second, but the pedestal you have the Yosuke Protect ship on is too high. Very good picks. There's like no bad pick. I'm a Rise girly myself, but if it's not Rise, then I actually really do like Yukiko. They underutilize her quite a bit, but I do like Yukiko. Yukiko Chie. You know what? No. You know what? I will leave out a Yosuke romance if we can just get Yukiko Chie. Please, for the love of God, let them be gay. You cannot tell me that whole, oh, Chie's my knight, and like, oh, I'm jealous of Yukiko, she's so beautiful. You cannot tell me that doesn't come from being fucking gay. This entire series of context I'm missing. Hi, Jack! Hi, we're ranting about Persona games and the things that we want to be in remakes that probably won't be. Welcome to Persona chat. Have you ever played a Persona game, Jack? I don't know if you have. You're not really a JRPG guy, are you? Absolutely haven't. Ah, oops. Well, so we're talking about a game that was made in like what, 2009 or something, and had some characters that really should have been gay and weren't. And so now we're just talking about if it, when it, sorry, eventually gets the re-release remake, because we know they've already confirmed the title for it. We're hoping we're getting certain things added in, and I want my girls to be gay. If they add an official Yukikochi, I think you'll buy the game on full price if you have to. Let's go, randomist! Certain things like a lot more gay women and a lot more gay men! Or at least bi men, please! You know what? Technically, the girls in question, they would count as bi too, because they're already romance options for the main character. I just want them to have their gay little Yuri time. Make them all gay! Make them all gay! Let's go! Like, I will take my bi rep, of course, but I usually have issues with it when it's like a character that is meant to be bi rep just because it's for the sake of making them attractive and dateable to you, the player. It's like, ew, gross. Actually, let them be gay. I don't need to be able to date them, to love them, thank you. I know the rest of the Persona fandom does, but ew. I think if they would do Yukikochi romance, it'd probably end up like Ann and her friend when you do her social link. I like Ann and that's why I can't romance her. Yeah! I genuinely love Ann so much. They underutilized the hell out of her in Persona 5, but I love her so much. But the second I saw her social link with her friend, it's like, no, I can't date her. She's just already got a girlfriend. What do you mean I can date her? Didn't end up happening. Same, Persona 5, it all felt too platonic. Yeah, I mean, I have to agree. There are definitely some of them where they're, like, trying to angle that they have a crush on you. Like, I think Makoto and Haru, they really go in on that. But I just was not interested. I think because I was in college at the time that I was playing Persona 5, I ended up picking Chihaya. But even then, it felt kind of shoehorned. I just like Chihaya though because she had tarot cards. Yeah. You know, we're just gonna have to ignore the context of getting to date a college student as a high schooler. Don't worry about it. Persona isn't weird, I promise. Went with Haru, who's also not used, especially on base 5. No. Okay, hey, you're blaming the wrong person. It is not Morgana's fault that Haru was underutilized. It's Atlas's fault. They killed her dad is part of the main story, and you get like 5 seconds of Haru being, oh no, I'm so sad. Anyways, back to the plot. There is a whole point where, like, you have her murderer on your team, and she doesn't say anything because it's part of the plan to trick the murderer, but at the same time, she gets, like, no follow-through after it's revealed that you tricked the murderer. None! Whatsoever! None of the adult options entice you, they just felt weird to date them. Yeah, agreed. Haru does have the best Phantom Thief outfit, though. You are so right. I love the Three Musketeer look. If only they went harder on it. The only right option was Persona 5 protagonist Akechi. True! And once again, Atlas are cowards because they should have just canonized it, but they didn't because they can get more money for gay baiting. And also leaving you with your straight options. You hate Morgana mostly because of how the Morgana's arc in that part of the game. Yeah, I think they thought it was funny, and then they tried to make it the cause of like actual character development, and then it just all fell apart. I feel like Persona 5's writers didn't know half the time what tone they wanted for their own damn characters, and it really shows. Alright, the cat ears don't have to be good. They're gonna be covered by cinema anyway. I just want to have like a rough idea of where they should be, you know? You love Ryuji as well. He's your favorite best friend character, but the writers treat him so bad. True! Like, I'm not as upset about the whole scene where the Phantom Thieves go, Ryuji, you idiot! And they beat him up after he saved their lives, as a lot of people on Twitter are. But even I was sitting here like, man, that's not how I would have resolved that scene. Why did they choose to do that? They are cowards. How could they create so much chemistry with the male stories but never make a men game? They beta so hard but never pull through. Aha, aha. Fuck you, Atlas. They have to know the fanbase goes feral for these ships. Like, they do. They do know they go feral, and that's why they include them, as to tease them and pull money out of you, while still appealing to everybody else who, like, doesn't want gays. So they have their cake and eat it too, and we fall for it every time. We're losing chess to the dog, because somehow the dog got really good at chess. Shonen Jump problem. True! Have you guys seen, there's a video essay on YouTube that lives rent-free in my brain. It is about Naruto and about how actually it's a gay lover story, but they're both in the closet. And that's why it ends the way it does, with both of them like marrying their socially acceptable people and stuff like that. Because both like the story, like the setting itself and like where the story is being produced are anti-gay. It's such a good video essay. You know what? I'm gonna find it right now because it is worth a listen. Give me a moment. Naruto. The video essay? No, I can't search that. Naruto. A story in the closet is close enough, probably. Damn it, I can't find it just by... Because apparently a lot of people have made this point, but like as part of gay skits. Wait! I just had to go past all the shit posts first. Thank you! A tale of queer love in a hyper-masculine society. Alright, I have the link. I'm throwing it in the Twitch chat for you guys. Put it on your watch later list or something. There it is. They also have another video essay about like how the writing for Sakura was purposefully bad, because the author didn't want her to be a main character, basically. And just like breaking down all of the shit that like was not given to her. Yeah. I highly recommend it. Not everything they say I agree with. They're a pretty big Sasuke apologist, for example. But like, I will forgive them for that, for having really cool insight. No, you can really see his vibe, but Sasuke, that man is stuck in the closet gay as hell. True! Return with Chips. Welcome back, Randomist, with us about marrying beards. I was talking about that really interesting video essay that I linked in the chat. It lives in my head because, like, it recontextualizes so much of that show in a good way for me. Sakura had so much potential. It's sad how she was silent. People hate on her like it's her fault. You're so right, Camille! You're so right! It's not her fault! Ah! this is me as a person. Like, I see a character that's like, oh, you're so cool. Oh, you have so many good ideas. And then they get abandoned by the narrative, whether it's because of the writer or because like there's some sort of like upper management mandate saying, no, actually they can't be what you want them to be. And they get dropped. I take that character and I go, you're mine now. I love you forever. I'm gonna make my own version of you and watch you be happy instead. I did that with Soleil Fire Emblem. Yeah! Right as I said Soleil Fire Emblem, you brought her up in chat, Amy. Yeah. Look. I've also done that with Camilla Fire Emblem. There are so many characters I need to rescue from their shitty-ass awful writers. I'm just saying. Joe, when your favorite character was Sonata and you're so happy when you find out Sakura became her disciple and they did nothing. She had her one arc at the very beginning of Shippuden. And it's like, oh my god, let's go! She's just like how I always knew she could be! And then they never used her again. And it's like, motherfucker. Ooh, my lines are definitely getting all sorts of fucked up from previous lines that existed. Oops, oops, oops. Haha. I don't even want that to be as far down as I do. Well, it's a good thing I have very little left to draw, and I don't have to worry about those lines fucking with me and ruining my life. You assembled your chair? Hey! Congratulations, Nashoba! How's it feel? Like, is it comfortable when you sit? Does it have good back support? And what is it called? Lumbar support? Lumbar support? Yeah, that thing people always talk about. You need to go find food before you starve again. Okay, Camille, please take care of yourself. I will see you when you get back. Oh yeah, this is the fucked up minigame version. I love this one. I have willingly listened to this on repeat before. I like the faster version more. It makes me feel anxious. Lumbar support was uncomfortable, so you took it off. Oh, rip. All right. Well, as long as it still works without it, we're good. Slay deserves to be a lesbian. Her bi father flirted with women so much she decides to do it better, more respectful. Thank you! I will throw whoever wrote the male core and Soleil support into a well with no water. I will too. Don't you worry, we're both on the same page. I will also throw whoever wrote the Soleil Ophelia support into a well with no water too. And you know what? Let's just grab all of the other Fates writers and throw them into a well. Why don't we just all have them party in a well? I'm just saying. They had enough characters fall off a bridge in that game where they can probably stand falling into a well. Yeah, hi Nigma. Yeah, we're talking shit about Fates. Alright, so I think this is the part of Little Goody Two-Shoes soundtrack where it's all of the like spooky area songs. Do you guys want to listen to this or should I skip past it? Who also made the choice to make the only bi woman option a second gen. Yeah! Let it play? Alright. As we shit talk Fate, we will listen to all of the spooky music of Little Goody Two-Shoes. Surely there is no better soundtrack for this. Yeah! God, it's a really good thing Conquest in that game has such fun gameplay and map design, otherwise I would never think about Fates ever again. Except for stealing the characters to make my own. Okay, I think at some point, when I moved the hair over here, it decentered the head. Yeah. I'm very slanted. Do I care enough to fix it? Not really. I think that looks fine. I guess I can move the eyes over a little bit so less of it clips into the gemstone thing. And that'll help with reading the gemstone as the clover. Maybe? But trying to select and move things will hurt it because look at what's gonna happen. Look what's gonna happen. Hit okay and everything gets erased, but not to the point that I was worried about. So you know what? I think we keep that. I think I like how that looks better. Yes. Yeah, that's more centered. You got a modded 3DS and got games for it. Download Fate just in case you want to play one to realize the version you grab has Revelations! Oh god, Revelations! Nobody wants to play that game! Whoa! Conquest is at least fun. You like Elise still? Yes, Elise is adorable. I love her so much. The first piece of merch I ever made, like the only piece of merch I ever made, was a button of Elise that I sold at a convention with my art club I was in college. She survived a Berserker Handless on 1 HP on Lunatic Run? Oh, nice! She did put in work if she survived that. The Conquest so much more. Has your favorite Fates character and just more interesting story-wise? Not that Fates had a particularly great story. I think it's more interesting in terms of it being like a car crash or a train wreck where you don't want to look away because of how bad it is. I think the concept of the story is more interesting where it's like, oh yeah, you're on the bad side trying to stop them from doing the bad things. But then it still tries to preserve Corrin's moral integrity. And that's just not what I signed up for. I wanted to be the bad guy, or at the very least, I wanted to do some underhanded shit to try and get the happy ending. And they say, no, you don't have to feel bad about it, it's okay. And it's like, just shut the fuck up. You're also going to make some people gay in it, Randomous, because they were just basically asking for it. In your fanfic idea? Hell yeah. Fanfics are always better when there's gays. Like, surely I don't have any statistics to back this up. Yes. But, like, can you really say I'm wrong? No. No, you can't. What's this creepy music? So I'm listening to the Little Goody Two Shoes soundtrack. And Little Goody Two Shoes is like a dating sim game by day, and then a horror game by night. So this is one of the tracks that plays in like the horror game areas. People said to just let it play, so I'm letting it play. I won't play Date Everything, but I feel like people already have done that and they're funnier than me. I actually watched one streamer play through the game and then like she accidentally stumbled into, oh god, probably 30 minutes of like a nap time thing completely on accident, and it's like, wow, that's a lot of writing. I think it's interesting, but I'm pretty sure everybody else is bored as hell. We quit playing Conquest for many reasons, but the key one was you're so annoyed that they just do a whole map and have Corrin be like, good thing I ordered my troops to not actually kill anyone. That was always an option. It's always better when they're gay. Looks at all the Bakugo Izuku fanfics. You're so right. I mean, there are some times where you, like, toxic yaoi is the point, except I don't think a lot of those Bakudeku shippers actually care about it being toxic. So, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Damn, remember all those tragic times in the FE games where you have to kill respectable enemy general or sympathetic character because that's how war works? I do remember them. Fates doesn't. I think it'd be so funny to watch me play it. But okay, so I have to admit, with Date Everything, I am not a horn dog. I think a lot of those dialogue responses are made with like expecting you to be like super into like wanting to date, like not just date, but fuck everything in that game. And that's just not me. I think I would have a really boring playthrough. Other than getting to react to some of the character designs. I don't know all of them, but I know some of them are kind of whack and others are super cool. What about Dispatch? I've heard a lot of good things about it, but there's something about the way that like Dispatch and adult animated shows in general are written that just kind of turns me away from them. Like I haven't watched Invincible, but I don't think I would like it based on the clips that I saw. The memes that came from it are funny, but it just doesn't seem like my kind of show, and I've heard that Dispatch is very similar to Invincible. Watching me set Flambe on fire would be pretty funny. Okay, wait, isn't he the guy who's already on fire? Like, he is a fire superhero? What do you mean that'd be pretty funny? That's just what he does. You want to like Korn as a character, you just don't as much as the other main characters? That's perfectly understandable, Lamp. Korn doesn't really have much of a character. Your house is a map where some villagers go crazy and somebody's like, what if we just tried knocking them out? And the Lord is like, no, we can't do that. That's not how battle works. We're gonna have to suck it up and kill them. It's them or us. And that made you so happy. Someone on that writing team had the same complaint that you did with Conquest. I just beat Hollow Knight. Does that type of game ever interest you? Kind of, yes. So I have played, Hollow Knight is more of like a Metroidvania, and I've never played a proper Metroidvania game before. But in terms of games with like difficulty curves, I enjoyed Hades. Hades 1 when it came out. I never actually got enough playthroughs to fully get all the endings, but you need to get like, what, 12, 14 clears or something in order to get the like proper resolution to that game. I think I got 4 or 5. So like, I like games with difficulty. I'm not usually into like bugs in video games, but the Hollow Knight bugs are really cute. It's just something about the abstraction is really nice. Hades was so fun, you just polished off Hades 2. I've seen so much Hades 2! I want to play it so bad, but I'm saving it for when I eventually like go, because I want to stream it. So I'm saving it for when I eventually like have the space to stream it, but I really wanted to get back to Atelier, so I prioritized doing that first. But like, oh, Hades 2 looks so good. Didn't like Bug Fables? Yes, I liked Bug Fables! Oh my god, if you like Paper Mario at all, even just the concept of it, please go play Bug Fables. It's so damn good. I have a plush of one of the like support characters in that game named Chompy, and it came with the alternate color ribbons that you can put on Chompy in the game. It's the cutest fucking thing. And then they just announced that they're reprinting? Restuffing? Makeshift. They're makeshift plushies. They ran before and we missed the window, but they're re-releasing them! So my husband and I decided to spend 80 bucks getting all 3 of the main characters for Bug Fables. Play Bug Fables! It's so fucking good! I love it. I love that game so much. The soundtrack slaps. The gameplay is a ton of fun and very customizable because of the badge system where you can change to the game to play basically however you want in terms of like, we invested a lot in terms of making the ice magic person really strong in our playthrough. But there's another play style where like you make everybody get poisoned and on 1 HP and you just do max damage from there. And then there's another playstyle, I believe, where you have like one character just do a fuck ton of damage because he's like the tanky guy and he just never gets hit by anything and does damage in return. It's crazy. So, Bug Fable's good. Good game, good story, good OST. It has it all. You just have to be able to deal with cartoon bugs. We hated everything because it has a lamp and people made jokes about you, Lamp. No! No, you don't point that sort of thing towards real people. That's like rule number 1. You don't ship real people. You like Date Everything because it fits a song I heard about a guy joking saying he wants to screw a lamp leaf and other objects in his song. Interesting, Juice. I'm glad I haven't heard it. Bakugo gets development where he does grow, but the start of the show is rough for that ship. Like, I understand that he gets development. I just think, like, he does so much to, like, hurt and bully and harass not just Deku, but, like, a lot of the people that Deku cares about. Where it's just like, no, actually, I'm not about this. Goodbye! And, like, even if it was, like, a woman and another woman, I think, like, I still wouldn't really like that. Because, like, there's always a thing where it's like, oh, yeah, if this main character was a girl, you wouldn't be complaining. Or vice versa. No, I still wouldn't like that. I think telling someone to go commit suicide is, like, not a good basis for a ship. Lamau? But that's just me. I know for a lot of people who do ship it, like, they specifically focus on, like, fixing that dynamic between them and then having it work from there, which the show already does a lot of the fixing for you. It just takes place over, like, what, 3 or 4 seasons? So, You might get better, but still 10 plus years of physical, emotional, social abuse. Yeah. To me, that just never feels like it can truly be healthy. Even though it wraps up with, like, yeah, everybody is good in the end, from what I know of the ending. I personally just am not about it. Unfortunately, like, because I am demisexual, I look at anything to do with romance of, like, with 2 lenses. One is, like, the romantic angle, which I do feel. And like, yeah, would there be, like, the time for romantic feelings to develop and, like, grow here? And then 2, it's, okay, everybody else cares about the sexual angle, so is there any sort of, like, chemistry here? And I have to say, 10 plus years of physical and emotional and all sorts of other abuse, I feel like that kills a lot of romantic and sexual attraction, at least from my perspective. But some people are into that. You never know. Alright, I need to stop fucking around with the lines. I think this is as good as it's going to get. If we zoom out to like 8, 11, you can barely see the cinema. So yeah, we'd have to get to like 15 to see the cinema. And then we can kind of make out the lines. So if we fill them in with color, there's a decent chance that part's legible. Let's give it a shot. I can get rid of that old sketch layer. Easy now. I do need you, and then you're not linked anymore. Cool. Wait, you are in the folder, right? Yes, cool. Think about how Hollow Knight, there's a spider segment that has spider silhouettes that crawl across the screen. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that is a little rough. But I can generally deal with it as long as it's not, like... It depends on the style of spider that we're going with and, like, what the intent is. For example, if it's about, like, oh yeah, here's a hyper-realistic spider crawling across your character's skin and slowly getting closer to a piece of skin where it can, like, bite into you and kill you, that shit terrifies me, because that's what I'm afraid of. But if it's something like, oh no, there's a big spider, go kill it, then generally I'm okay, as long as there's not any, like, forced helplessness there. And if it's not jump scaring me. If anything jump scares me, I will scream, I'm little baby. I still can't believe you guys got my husband to get me Five Nights at Freddy's. That means I have to play it. Oh. You're gonna have to pay points before you can see that, though. Fuck you. But yeah, if anything jump scares me, I'm little baby. I will scream. But specifically, like, spiders doing that, or just anything that I'm, like, irrationally afraid of doing that, that's a whole other level of, like, my blood pressure just spikes. Alright, I said I was gonna color. I'm going to color. I'm going to color. I'm going to color. Rawr. Alright, hang on. Before I do that, how good is my fill tool? Not the best. Maybe I need to raise the tolerance a little. Area scaling? Kind of. More tolerance. Pain. Alright, I think that's all the red other than what's on the gemstones? Yes. So boop, boop, boop. Hide the cinema. Boop. And we'll fill these in as we go. It's fine. Ah! Then we get the white there, there. And it's pink at the top, white at the top for the ribbon. And then we'll get the pink here, because I can. And back with Food's horror music. Yeah, yes, I'm listening to the Little Goody Two Shoes soundtrack, and a decent chunk of it is dedicated to the spooky areas that you go to in that game. We're almost through it. We've got like 1, 2, 3 of them left. And then the bad ending music. But then after that, it's more just regular music. So you can survive another 10 minutes or so of evil spooky music. Don't you worry. You're the worst on Repo Lamp. You'll know if you've ran into something. Yeah. I think that's the point, at least. That's why they have the, what is it called? When the communications are in the game. Proximity. That's why they have the proximity voice chats. That way you can tell if somebody runs into something. I don't have to play Jump Scare Simulator. I mean, I've technically done it before. I don't have a lot of the old knowledge that I did that got me through it, but I've done it before, so like maybe I'll survive. I'm probably gonna do it as like a one-off bit for Halloween next year. The spiders that crawl across the screen in Hollow Knight are detailed enough to trick your eyes, but from a friend who loves the game, it's a segment that shouldn't last too long. And the first game is super cheap. True. True. With Silksong releasing, I'm pretty sure, didn't they do the thing where they discounted the old game? I know a lot of indie game creators will do that for their first game when they make a sequel. Like, I remember when Slime Rancher 2 officially released, they dropped the price of Slime Rancher 1 to like... I think it was on sale technically, but it was only like, what, $2 or something close? Crazy. That's dirt cheap. Oh, cheap was in reference to fat, because the first one's like $4 or so. Oh, wow, I forgot that. And then let's get the hair dropped in. Hey. Yeah, it's not doing well. I didn't have any lines for the hair. I forgot. I mean, like, the hair back here, you know? Let's just do some there. Yeah. And then some here. Alright, good enough. First Hollow Knight is like $12, $15. You're close. Just beat the first boss in Silksong. Hey! Congratulations, Jack. Is that why you went all the way to through Hollow Knight to play Silksong? I think I'm gonna be talking about that at the potluck that we hosted. Enjoy your time with Silksong. I've heard great things about it, and also some complaints about it, but mostly great things. Alright, just getting all the holes from the dark brown fill. I want to play Hollow Knight. The only Metroidvania you've played is just Shantae, those you've experienced at least. Hey, that's something. I haven't even played Shantae. I've never been too interested in it. I watched a person I mod for, they played it. And it seems fun. Just not necessarily exactly what's up my alley. Forgot the inside here is also red. Because that's the sweater. But Hollow Knight when Silksong came out, you've been powering through. It's been so fun, but pushed you to new limits as a gamer. Oh, wow. Okay, you weren't... people have said before that Hollow Knight is real hard. I for some reason thought it wasn't that bad. But I have been proven wrong. Well, then maybe you'll be prepared for Silksong. Because one of the big things I heard people complaining about with Silksong was just that it is difficult. And sometimes, like, purposefully meant to be pissing you off just a little bit as a treat. I could be a much better gamer than you. I doubt it. I am not very good on things like reaction times. I am good at absorbing information and going, this seems like a decent thing to do. And coming up with a strategy. But the second it comes to actually implementing things in any sort of like real-time system, I'm fucked. Silksong's gonna be easy for a while because you had to you had to get used to fighting a literal nightmare of a boss to finish out your Hollow Knight experience. Yeah, makes sense. So did you 100% the game or did you ending hunt or was it just like first ending and go? A lot of Hollow Knight is learning rhythmic patterns and figuring out the rhythmic timing to avoid attacks. I mean, if it was just a rhythm game, then it would not be popular. Rhythm games don't get popular. So I know there's got to be more to it than that. Oh man, this track slaps. The game goes to 112%. Oh my god. You know, for some reason I didn't know that part. You decided to chill at 100% with every ending done and all the DLC bosses finished, minus the crazy gauntlet runs you decided didn't feel like doing instead of Silksong. Understandable! Have a nice day! Holy shit! I would have tapped out way before then, I feel like. It's a tired comparison from what you heard. Dark Souls bosses are normally a good comparison to Hollow Knight, where you can beat them the better you get their fights bit by bit. I have not played Dark Souls, other than I went to like a game bar with some friends, and at the game bar there was a console that had Dark Souls, and so I was pressured into playing, and I got to... It's not the very first boss, it's the boss on the bridge after that, which is apparently like the first real boss of Dark Souls or something. And I was able to do that solely because I found a blind spot under the boss where 50% of the time it did not hit you when it swung its sword. And so I just abused the hell out of that blind spot and killed it like that. You want to try Bloodborne, but Sony doesn't want you to for a Soulsborne game. Haha, you thought you could play Bloodborne in your lifetime. Guess again, nobody can. Wah-ha-ha-ha. Is it like a licensing thing? Is that why they haven't re-released it or something? Because I swear, every year you hear people clamoring for it. The boss after the bridge? No. The boss on the bridge. The boss on the bridge, there was some weak spot. Oh my god, my husband made cookies. Holy shit. Oh, he told me it's called the Taurus Demon. I got to the Taurus Demon. I thought that was the one in the prison. I don't know. But it's like I said, there was a weak spot. Not a weak spot. A blind spot under it where it couldn't hit you 50% of the time when it swung. So I just kept hitting it from there. Cookies. I believe some of your first Dark Souls related experience was with Nick. It makes sense. He's a huge shill for Dark Souls. I have been told my clear of the Taurus Demon abusing the blind spot is still a legitimate clear because of Dark Souls is about like getting information and using it to your advantage. But like in terms of the thing that people say is hard about Dark Souls, the mechanics, the learning how to patterns and dodge, I didn't do that. I didn't learn the patterns. I just saw, you have an exploitable weakness. I'm using that. Any win is a win. Welcome to Dark Souls. Fair enough. Level 1 was a good time. You played a lot of that game. Even went as far as to do all the Chalice dungeons, which was an experience. Is that like a post-game thing? Or is it an optional dungeon thing? Alright, so I think this is like the last of the spooky songs on the Little Goody Two Shoes soundtrack. Yes. Other than the bad ending theme. But then after that, we get all sorts of like ending songs and off vocals and stuff like that. So yeah, we're good. Just one more spooky song, guys. You can survive. Don't you worry. I believe in you. You're so brave. You're so courageous. You're probably more courageous than me. Let's be real. If you've played a horror game in the last, like, 10 years, then you're more courageous than me. Unless, does Slay the Princess count as a horror game? Because, like, there were some disturbing topics in it, but I was fine when playing it. I didn't really get spooked by anything. You're scared? No, Jack, it's okay! You don't have to be scared! Was that lightning demon from your Dark Souls D&D game real? Runs headlong into the exact same demon and dies. What? Is that from like a playthrough you guys did together? So the Princess was a horror game. Okay. And you would call Little Goody Two Shoes horror light. None of it really felt that scary to me. But maybe it's just because I had already played the game once by the time that I actually streamed it. You could always give Outlast a try if you want to step up the horror. No! No, I don't want to step up the horror. I'd rather just sit here and eat my cookies. Delicious. It was a bunch of optional dungeons you could do. A scaling difficulty. Semi-online and semi-procedurally generated. Ooh, interesting. I didn't know there was a Soulsborne with procedurally generated content. What type of cookies did my handsome husband make? Chocolate chip. They're my favorite. I'm boring when it comes to cookies. The only other kind of cookie that I can actually say, like, with gusto that I genuinely like every time I have it are thumbprints. I don't think you can call the true classic boring. Do you call people who like vanilla boring? Because if you do, chocolate chip is definitely boring. If you don't, then I agree. You're sure better with horror. You tried Resident Evil 1, so it went poorly. I was able to play, like, the opening section of Resident Evil 4 with a friend. But that's mostly because she was laughing at how all of the zombies were saying mierda, which I think is, like, shit in Spanish or something. So, like, her being around made it much less scary by comparison. Vinny Nikki's 2.0 story added a chase sequence that made you scream at 4 AM from a new enemy type. Rest in peace, Evie. Literally teaches to be more like psychological horror. Psychological horror, I think, is like the brand of horror that I like the most because I like being able to think about things afterwards. A good chocolate chip cookie is a top tier cookie. Vanilla ice cream at its best is fine. Agreed. Yeah, agreed. I'm a chocolate girly when it comes to ice cream. If not, like, a Rocky Road or Death by Chocolate thing. The letter gauntlets have special modifiers like having your health. Oh my god, randomist. Good on you for being able to clear that. Holy crap. That sounds like a nightmare. I guess the solution becomes don't get hit, but even that is an achievement, you know? Okay. I have my cookies. No more chewing for me. You guys no longer have to hear me. Coffee, ice cream, or an affogato are your favorites. Okay, can you please explain to me the difference between a coffee, ice cream, and an affogato? Because I know affogato is still coffee-based. Is it like the coffee is poured in with the ice cream? Not the young girl singing. This is not actually meant to be a horror song. This one is meant to play when you see in Little Goody Two Shoes there are other girls who have made deals with demons and paid the price. They're called the Golden Maidens. And if you speak to one of them, this theme plays as they warn you, taunt you, mourn their own fate while you walk towards the same path. Whatever it may be, this theme is what plays. And now we're in the festival time. See, no more scary music, guys. You did it. You made it through. Congratulations. How's that not a horror theme? Oh, it's definitely a horror theme. It's just, I wouldn't call that, like, scary, other than the realization of, like, oh shit, all of these poor girls have all met the same horrible fate. Affogato is espresso poured onto ice cream. Coffee ice cream is coffee flavored ice cream. Some places will let you do an affogato ice cream with ice cream of your choice. An affogato with salted caramel. Ooh, that does sound delicious. If you like coffee, that is. Unfortunately, I don't like coffee, but like the bitter coffee with the salted caramel flavor, I can already tell that would slap. And just theoretically, it works out perfectly. There were two other effects in the Chalice Gauntlets too. We don't remember what they did. They basically don't get hit or you're likely to die once you got past depth 3. With the depth rating be how murderous they were, and it goes up to 5, of course. God. Imagine being able to perfect run something and then you have to do it again. Oi! Crazy work. Congratulations on doing that for Bloodborne. That must have been quite a bit of effort. Hang on, I'm seeing issues with my lines and I want to fix them because I'm a fool. Okay, that's good enough now. It's just like down here looked weird. Okay, so I think all of my base colors are good now? Oh, wrong layer. Oh. All right, let us do a little bit of zooming as a treat. Meow. That's more legible than I thought it would be. Oh, also, thank you so much for the gift sub, Jack. I went to Camille. Congratulations, Camille, on the gift sub. You now have access to only 5 more emotes, but I promise I'm making more. That's what I'm in the process of doing today. Eventually, you'll have access to a Peak Cinema emote, assuming it actually looks good when I upload it to Twitch. Otherwise, it's a sticker in Discord. But yeah, you get access to Hyper Mode, Fruity, Fellas, all of the good shit. Enjoy. Also, there's a special sub-only channel that I have in the Discord, which you also get access to, assuming you've linked up your Twitch to your Discord. I usually use that channel to post little sneak peeks of things that are already on the way. But I also have pulled the subs for things like what they would like me to do on nights like these. I was told tonight, do art. So tonight I did art. I say told. I asked what their preference was between like some indie games or art. And it's like, yeah, do art and we can hang out. I was like, yeah, word. Sounds good. Only one person replied, thanks, Evie. I know if nobody's got me, I know you got me. Ow. All right, so now that we're here, I'm gonna color these lines, and I have colors from previous emotes. I'm actually gonna open one of them. Let's take Cry, because that's newer. All right, where is it? Oh shit, the one I'm in right now is technically Cry. Okay, I need to resave this right now so I don't lose my original file. Give me just one moment. Cinema. Alright, so now if I go here. Haha! Wah ha ha ha! Look at that. Alright, so what I need is the colors. Watch out, it's gonna look real ugly real fast. Bam! Ooh! Alright, so I need to get rid of the glow and everything else. Oh, that's ugly, actually. Ooh. So I'm just looking for the colors on the lines because I am stupid. And I set it up so that way my emotes, I would color the lines manually. And, well, here we go. It's here. What is work smarter, not harder? I don't know that phrase. It's not in my vocabulary. Probably link your Discord and Twitch again at some point. Your original account was linked, but you haven't gotten around to doing it with this one. Oh, you don't have to. It's just if you want access to the fancy sub channel in the Discord, you know, as a treat, if you want. It's not like you have to or anything. It's not like it'd be nice to see more of my subscribers in the Discord. I'm just saying. Don't mind me. I know technically for a lot of people, I stream in time zones that are really awkward for them, so I am never like expecting people to show up. It's always just if you can, I appreciate it. Work smarter, not harder for 500. I don't know. Tell me. got the skin there, skin here. I really should just be smart and make my baseline color like something that I don't want to color next time I do this. I'm already trying to work smarter, not harder. I'm not good at that. Nope, wrong portion. Haha, I meant to do the sleeve there with my purple. Exceptionally botched Jeopardy reference. In terms of the phrasing, yes, I got that. Unless there was like another joke on top of that, which I did not get. In which case, I apologize. I don't know jokes. I only know what's on the internet. Because I'm terminally online! Yippee! Help me. Alright, so I'm already seeing a couple places where I just completely missed coloring things in. So we're gonna go fix that while I'm still thinking about it. Because who has a stable, productive workflow where you go from portion A to portion B with like no interruptions? Not me! Alright, what the... Oh, it's just the coloring there got fucked up. I see. You mistook my response for me not getting the reference. Ah, yes. I don't know how to phrase things in terms of like the Jeopardy style. Of like... Oh, because you said the answer, so what I should have done was like figure out the question, I guess. It's been a while since I watched Jeopardy, in my defense. It's a complete lack of defense, but like, I'm trying. There's supposed to be a tail in the background, I'm just now realizing. Don't worry about it. Nobody's gonna see it under the cinema anyway. My design notes for my person. I don't know if I ever pointed it out. Yeah, design notes. Somewhere it should be. Yes, tail curves for silhouette. Basically, with my girl, I don't normally go with like drawing the tail down because with most PNG tubers, VTubers, they have the same issue where you never really see anything above like the waist. So, if you want your tail to be visible, you have to curve it up. And so generally the idea is like it'll curve to either one shoulder, one side, so that way it's always visible. But in this case, don't worry about it. I'm breaking my own rules. Haha! I am so good at this, guys. You know, what is it that they say about artists and stuff? You know, first you gotta learn the rules in order to break them. What if you just skip straight to breaking them? Well, it turns out like this. That's probably fine. Oh, this is the first schematic? This is the first song in the game, other than like the actual game opening, which is sung. We didn't actually get to see this in my playthrough because we had a glitch where it skips past the songs. I forgot how good it is. That song was sung by Elise's voice actor for the game. It's sick. Oh, and this one is Rosa Marine's song. We didn't get to see this one either. Elise's song is basically just describing how she works every day and she hates it and she wants to be rich. While Rosa Marine's is like giving you a flashback of her life. The history that brought her to where she is now. And this song is also sung by Rosa Marine's voice actor. Rosa Marine's voice actor also did a lot of the vocals for the various tracks throughout the game too. They're good tracks. I love Little Goody Two Shoes. It's such a good game. I can't wait until Hell Maiden releases. I hate playing early access games and that like it's a risk. But I think I'm gonna play the Hell Maiden early access when it drops just a little bit as a treat and then I won't touch it. Oh, this is the ending song for Little Goody Two Shoes. This is also Rosa Marine's VA. Honestly, hang on, I'm just gonna turn up the volume a little bit because this part slaps! If you heard a little oh my god from me, I get chills every time they do like the pause and then there's something about like the strings or like the instrumentation where she's harmonizing with it and just, ooh, chills every time. Obviously your mileage may vary, but like for me, beautiful game. Beautiful game, beautiful music. Peak cinema, as the emote is saying. Why do you think I chose Little Goody Two Shoes as a soundtrack for today? I love Little Goody Two Shoes. You're so fucking good. This is the other ending song for Little Goody Two Shoes. Is this the one where it's Crepe Denouement? Yeah, okay. So fun fact about this song. All of the girls were supposed to get their own solo song in the game, but Lebkuchen's and Freya's were cut. And so this Grape Jewel Denouement, this instrumental was originally going to be, I believe, what they were going to use for it. At least I believe that's what I remember hearing from... I think it was in the Astral Shift Discord. I think there was like an interview that dropped or something along those lines. Where do you rank amongst your favorite magical girls? So, context for that, everybody. I talked about how I ran a Glitter Hearts one-shot where I forced the men in my life to play magical girls. Jack participated. And, oh gosh, hang on. I swear I can still remember this. My husband played Dreamy Bisque. One of the other players played Cheesy Ninja, I think. And then, oh god, what was it? Oh goodness! Oh shoot, the name rebranding. Is it Chaos Shinobi or is it Chao Shinobi? Please clarify for me how to say that. But thank you so much for the raid! Hello, welcome in. Let me just get you your shout out. There you go. Chao Shinobi. Okay, gotcha. But welcome! Please tell me about your stream. How did it go? You're playing Story of Seasons, right? No, this is not your first stream back from your rebrand, right? I think it's just the first that I've seen of you in a little bit, though. So tell me about it. I want to hear about it. For the new viewers, hi, I'm Lady of Misfortune. I wanted to be Lady Luckless, but the name was taken, so that should give you a good idea of how bad my luck is. I am a variety streamer, mostly video games, but of course I do art, as you're seeing here. I like cute girls doing cute things, and so that's basically the only criteria I need to try something out. If you like people screaming about being gay, or having fun with general games, or alternatively, maybe just being a little easily startled, any of that, you found the right streamer. The rebranding is complete. More progress, nice. Trying to get the last shop in the bazaar. I hate the fishing grind. You are not alone, my dude. Almost everybody I know who's played the game has complained about that damn fishing grind. I'm just double checking real quick. I don't think I have brown lines for anything else. That means I'm probably gonna have to expand this out quite a bit. Okay, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna line this now, but there's a huge chance that we are going to have to just take this and shoop. But we'll see. We'll keep it zoomed out for now. And if I waste the effort, I waste the effort. Also just great to hang out with. Oh, thanks! I appreciate it. I think for me, I had that quest to get the final shop for like almost a solid season because I wasn't actively trying to grind out the fish. It was something on my mind, but it's like, I don't want to do it. So I ended up not doing it because I would always fill my day with other things. So I really feel you on that front. But the good news is once that's done, that's all you need. And then the post game is mostly just like, use your money. So you're almost there, my dude. Oh, for anybody who needs context, in a previous Doodle stream, I took requests from the viewers of what they wanted me to draw, and one request was of my PNG tuber doing the Peak Cinema meme, and I thought it'd be funny if I tried to turn that into an emote for the channel. So we're gonna see if it'll even show up as properly legible or not, but I'm trying it, so that's why I'm working on this art today. My Thursday tabletop games get canceled quite a bit, so generally, if I'm not like depressed over the cancellation, I try to stream instead because that helps keep the crushing disappointment at bay. That's another thing I do. I ramble about tabletop a lot, so if you like D&D or just like rolling dice in general, hi! Nice to meet you. The music playing right now is the soundtrack to Little Goody Two Shoes. We're currently on the section that has all of the like off vocals for their vocal tracks. I think the instrumentals are really fun to listen to, so that's why I haven't changed it. Okay, I think most of these lines are looking good. Like, there's some parts I definitely need to clean up down here. But I think we're basically at the point where we can start... Oh, wait, I forgot the eyes. I think I need the black for the pupils there to have them register as pupils. Yeah, look at that. You zoom out far enough, you can't even see the eyes anymore. Whoosh! Okay, making it bigger is probably going to be needed, but we'll see. We'll see. You guys will get to see me in real time try to add and adjust things on Twitch. Because normally there's a whole thing where it's like, before I set it to go live on Twitch, I check to see how it shows up in my Discord and stuff. But nah, if I'm making a whole stream out of working on emotes, I'll let you guys fuck around and find out. I'll make you part of my testing. Heh! 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 I'm so smart. I can't decide how I want this line to curve. Oh! That's probably good enough. Get more of the, like, rose gold there. Okay. I can't find any lines that I missed. The skin tone is all consistent. White fur up there, red here, dark hair. I already said screw it. I'm not gonna change anything about the tail being missing, because it's gonna get covered up by text anyway. Okay. Okay. So then now from here, normally is I pick a shading color. Oh, I need to fix this. Back to normal with you. Back to normal. So reattach you onto there. Turn that back on. And then actually turn that back off. Turn that back on. Normal. Aha. Okay, and I'm just gonna drop this into my base colors, so that way we have it as a reference for when we go to the multiply layer. So this part is the part I kind of just like fuck around and find out the most with. I'm gonna be real with you. Because it's shading. Shading, which is kind of hard to see from a distance, but can, in theory, affect the legibility of things. Like, if I was to just do something like this. Alright, zoom out, and you can see the head actually is, like, kind of casting a shadow at a certain range. So, yeah, probably important that I do at least a little bit for my testing here. Alright. So, I generally get kind of sloppy with it, since it's so zoomed out. But generally, it's like, look, there's the hair here, it should probably cast a shadow. And I put it on top of the line art like this, so that way the colored base color does not get darker than the line art. The line art will always be darker to kind of like outline it. Whether that's a good approach to this or not, that has yet to be determined. I've made all of my emotes like this. Fun fact, I think, other than the GG emote, every single emote I made myself. Is that right? Hang on, let me fact check myself. The Clover I made, Cry I made, Fellas I made, Fruities I made, GG I did not, Heart I made, Hyper Mode I made, Oh Ho Ho, Scream, Ugh. Yep, I made every single channel emote. Except for the GGs, myself. The GGs I think was the default one provided by Twitch, which I noticed, I think it was like Rike specifically, liked to say, one of my viewers, liked to say GGs when I succeeded on things, and it's like, oh, I should use that as a thing for Rike. And they do like to use it sometimes, it makes me happy. Okay, I think that's good enough. Maybe I should do like less shadow there so it stands out more. There's got to be some there due to like the sweater. Something like that, maybe? Again, I'm just kind of bullshitting this. Because like here I've got it only cast on one side, but then I've got it cast on like both sides here. Just whatever makes it look good. Some people can crank out like 30 different emotes. I say 30, that's an exaggeration. Some people can crank out like 5 different emotes as part of like a $30 pack. And then when I look at that, it's like, that's definitely a very low return on how much time you must have spent on this, right? Unless they only took like an hour for all 5 of these. So I am way slower than that, but it's fine. I put a lot of care into it, and that's implying that others don't. I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, that's implying that others don't. I put a lot of time into it, and that's all I really have going for me. $30 for 5 emotes is insane. Like, I swear I've seen like people advertising that on Twitter before. And every time, yeah, it's like, that's crazy. How are you even making any money off of this? Are you going to live? Do you need more money to eat? I think you do. Granted, it could just be one of those like scammer accounts, TM. Whenever I'm scrolling the For You page, I don't click any links, obviously, but I can never tell if like what's on the For You page is a real person or not. Shoot the hands. Fine. They're kind of important to the Absolute Cinema meme, so I have to do something with them. Even if I'm keeping them as little mitts, I'm keeping them as little mitts because it's easier, okay? Who's gonna pay attention to articulated fingers on a Twitch emote? No one! Probably. You know what? If you care about articulated fingers on Twitch emotes, I'm sorry. I can't do it. I'm not strong enough. Normally for Gen AI, I became aware most people who are emo artists, that's their niche, and they got a flow down. But now we have even more scammers to worry about because of AI. Yep. It's one of those things where it's like now more than ever, I feel like I should be cracking down on like, I need to like draw my things that I want to get done, because every time I consider, what if I pay someone for it? It's like, how do I find someone who's not a scammer? I think I get just like in general a lot of decision paralysis when it comes to like spending any amount of money on myself, other than when it comes to things like plushies or figurines. But anything that's like, this could be something useful, it's like, should I actually spend it? I don't know. Oh. I really wish I knew what caused it, because it's really annoying to have that happen when it comes to important expenses, as opposed to, oh look, silly little thing I want, teehee. Oh shit, I've been on the mapping pen this whole time. I usually prefer working with the G pen, but it's fine. It's fine. AI slop scammers are even sending bot waves at fanfic authors? Like, wait, bot reviews? Or what? How could you bot something at the authors? Okay, I think that kind of works. Put that there. I think they mean reviews. Wait, why do you bot reviews? What does that mean? Like, what's the point of botting reviews? To try and get people engagement on their fics? It's so weird. People say how they don't read comments on fics anymore because none sound like a real person. No, that's so sad. That's like one of the best things about being a fanfic author is like getting actual people who like what you do. I get a bunch of bots to send reviews or comments and text or something. Hey, I liked your fic. I totally read. Trust me. Why don't you pay me to make art for it? Boo! Boo! I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna kill those bot scammers. Wait, did it loop? It did loop. Okay. All right. So we got through all of the Little Goody Two Shoes soundtrack, and we are on the shading stage. That's not bad. I've had emotes take way longer before when I got stuck on them. It really helps having an already done sketch, huh? Let's see. What's another soundtrack I can listen to that I have downloaded? I have the Story of Seasons soundtrack. You guys want to listen to that? The 1-Bit Heart soundtrack is just way too short because it didn't include any of the actual like background music. It was just the vocals. Chill farm music. All right, here we go. I really hope Fields of Mystery eventually releases a soundtrack, by the way. That I liked the songs in that game. But back to Story of Seasons. Bam. And where is it? Aha. There we go. Recommend the Crosscode soundtrack, but I do not have that. I can guarantee you that because I don't have the game. You need the summer theme from Friends. Fields of Mysteria. Whew, sorry, Friends. I keep on thinking Friends of Mineral Town whenever I see FOM because it's just one letter away. But no, Fields of Mysteria. I normally am not a huge fan of the like chiptune sounds. But just something about it hit right when I was playing that game. Should probably do something up here. Make the smile stand out more. Alright, good enough there. I'll put the eye shinies in eventually, because you need that to be a cute eye. Otherwise, it looks kind of scary. And I'm not meant to be scary. I'm meant to be kind of cute. Hopefully. Alright, I think... good there. I was kind of bullshitting the clovers, but you really can't see this shade of purple on the red anyway. So it's like... do I care? Potentially no. Alright, see I'm missing a spot down here. Is it from the base color? Yes, yes it is. Oh, and then I do see a spot that I missed on the red here. Okay, that looks round enough. Okay, and I'm just gonna like clean up with the over. Oop, that was the line. They still have to be like vaguely clover shaped, you know. Okay, and then I think up here on the necklace, I'm just gonna darken like the bottom part here. There. Okay. Okay, okay. I made the lines a little thick for the head, but it's too late now, and it looks fine enough when you zoom out, so don't worry about it. I'm not stressed. This is meant to be de-stressing from no tabletop, so I'm not stressed. Round that out a bit more because I don't like how pointy it is. Here we go. Round is soft and cute. Okay, I don't think anybody's gonna see the ears up here, so I'm caring even less about that. Oh, almost forgot this guy up here. That's very important. Going back to when you mentioned modding earlier, but apparently you added some stuff to the game's base files before you figured out how you're supposed to mod them, and forgot to remove it, so it's been hanging out for a while now? Oh my god. What did you add? Is it like some random texture floating in the air? Or is it something like, hey, we just have a character from a completely different game that shouldn't be here? Alright, now I think that's kind of good enough. I'm just gonna erase the shadows there. Hey, no. The point is I want the shadows on the hand, but not on the sleeve. So I don't know if it's gonna help with like the legibility from far away to show where the dark and light meet. It did absolutely nothing from far away! Woohoo! You cannot see the eyes? Yeah, that's gonna be real bad. Cinema. Okay, whatever. Whatever. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We're just gonna keep going. I spent this much time on it. It'd be a real shame if it was all for waste, right? This is not a logical fallacy. Okay, good enough there. Get the eye shinies in. So, pure white. That's the only time I ever use pure white is for the eye shinies. Meow. See, even this far away, that actually looks pretty good. But nah, you go even a third of that and woof. Okay. Just commit. Commit to the bit. I need to go here for the eye shine. Firstly, we put this down here. Okay, and then... Oh, wrong tab again. Grab you to put in the highlight section. And I can just round that out. Eek. 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 Good enough. Add some stuff for an extra unit, but apparently only remove the bit that lets you make the unit itself, not any of the other associated files. So it's not a logical fallacy, because I'm saying it's unfortunate if it'd be a waste. Yeah, exactly. I am not tricking myself into doing work I shouldn't have to do. Now, I did do shinies over here, and that's why I have this still up. I'm gonna get rid of you, and... yeah, so we're gonna take this and use that for the hair shinies. I don't know why, but things look so much cuter when you add in the highlights. I think let's even like add one here. Maybe not there. Here, maybe? Okay, so maybe just one singular dot up here. We're also gonna do a little bit of like some airbrushing because I like how it looks. Hee sparkly, shiny. And then you, I did not actually add any of the crystal shines. I'm gonna go see if I did on the others. For my other emotes. I did! Okay, let's pick the laugh. There they are. Okay, so now I have the skin shinies too, and the crystal shinies. Oh, I did change the color of the ribbon for the pink previously. I'm gonna keep it as purple. It's fine, don't worry about it. Nobody's gonna see it anyway. Okay, that's that done. And then crystal shinies. The most important part. Because that's how you know they're crystals. Instead of just random red blobs. See, that's kind of crystal-ish. Oh. Good enough, maybe, with just that part. I don't know. Saying that I should double down or continue working when I know it would eventually become a waste would be a logical fallacy. Don't worry about it. That doesn't look good. That also doesn't look good. It's fine. I'm just figuring it out. Don't worry about how I've changed how I've rendered these crystals across several different emotes. It's fine. We can call it style development? I think it's just I copied my sketch a little too literally, but don't worry about it. That doesn't make any sense. Here, it's coming like as if from this side, but then it's coming from there. Uh-oh. I'm losing the track. I'm losing track of my lighting. I've already lost track of my lighting. Ah! Ooh, could this be the trick? Clovers normally have the little, like, inner circle thing. That looks very clover-like. Okay, I think we've done it. I think we've done it. I cracked the code. Now they look less like butterflies, which I'm very aware every single time that I do. It's like, this looks more like a butterfly than anything. Don't worry. It's not my fault that a four-leaf clover and a butterfly have very similar shapes. Wait, did I undo too much? I don't know. Eh. Okay. Kind of shows up even from far away. You can see there's like a vague red blob there. Okay, good enough for me. Now, somewhere I had shinies for the rose gold. I don't remember if it was only here or if I actually put that in a different emote. Hang on, I'm gonna go hunting. Oh. I did! It was in hyper mode. Don't worry about the clipping. Don't worry about the clipping. You guys didn't see it. You guys didn't see it. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. There's no clipping here. Okay, and then because the dress is not reflective, I don't normally give that highlight. Same thing with like the cloth and the ears. So I think that's good for highlights in terms of just the little circles. Now, potentially my favorite part, we take this color, we take our airbrush, and we just kind of go a little stupid. Whee! Look at that! Doesn't it look pretty? I'm redoing it though. Wee! 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 Nah, that doesn't look good on the red. Like that, and then, ooh, what if we take like the clover? Yeah! Yeah! No, it's too much. Basically just kind of like fuck around and find out with like lightning things. What if I do this? Wait, no, no. And then over here, that should be good enough. Good! I think that's good enough, honestly. Time to find out. Time to see if this works. So we can't do absolute cinema. There's no damn way that this actually fits. So we're gonna have to just go with cinema instead of absolute cinema. I should at least capitalize it. And then from there, I don't know if I have any settings for the spacing on this. I don't think I do, just based on like what I can find here in my little text box. No. Okay, so that means we should probably find a different font, so that way they're not as squished together. Times New Roman is so boring. Oh, you know what? I should probably... Oh, I don't know what font that is. Okay, well, the original meme is all caps, so... Maybe the original meme actually used Homa. That looks pretty close. No, the eye is different. Never mind. Ah! What would it be then? I can't tell based on the previews. Is it just Ariel? Maybe it's just Ariel. The eye is correct. I think that C curves in more. Ariel Black? No. Maybe it's just Ariel. Is it a bold face Ariel like the one I have already? I think probably. Maybe I just stick with this. Okay, now the issue is we get too small and you can't read it anymore. So how do you fix that? Bigger? Let's try like a thicker border. Because the original one does not have a border, but we need that to make it clear, I think. You can barely see text from 7.4. What if we scroll in a little bit to like 10, 11, 11? That kind of looks like cinema. Do we just go for it? Because I think if we make it any bigger, then we're gonna run into the issue of like squashing and stretching the letters. Like if we just drag this. Oh, that's a rotate. Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't need to rotate. I need a whoosh. Come on, move over here. I'm actually gonna move that slightly, just a little bit. Oh. So I think the issue is that you just can't tell what the motion is on the character. Alright, you guys can be part of my testing. I'm going to unleash this onto the wilderness. I'm gonna keep it not as a solid background or anything. Maybe giving it a solid background would help with legibility. But it's fine. Don't worry about it. Alright, we're gonna save that. And now we're gonna save it as a PNG. And as long as I have the base file, I can do whatever changes I want to this PNG and just absolutely ruin it. So let me head into my Twitch settings. Alright. Cinema. Oh, wow, the arms look really awkward. They look like they're little saggy. Hang on. You know what? I can just show you guys. Alright. It says it has been added into the slot. So, if you go for my subscribers that are in the chats, for the rest of you, I'm so sorry if you're not subscribed. You're not going to have access to this. For my subscribers that are in the chat, could you just type in Lady of 48 Cinema for me and show off how weird the arms look when you put it into the chat? They look like bendy tubes more than actual sleeves. Oops, oops, oops. If nobody does it for me, I can do it myself, of course. I just want you guys to be able to witness it firsthand. Yes, I capitalized everything. Cinema is indeed capitalized. Just like cry and the other should be. Unless are they still doing the thing where it takes time for it to be approved? Because I've never actually had that come up as an issue before. There it is. Look at how wacky those arms are. Huh. I wonder why it didn't work for you, Evie, even though you're a subscriber. That's so weird. But yeah, that's it. So the cinema is legible in its biggest form, like right there. So that's something. I think what this is gonna have to be is I take what I just drew and I expand it in size. Alright, hang on. That folder does not contain everything else. So my highlights are not gonna be adjusted by this. So I'm just gonna hide these real quick. Oh, fuck. You know what? You know what? Easy fix. Easy fix. We put this in here for now so it gets adjusted with everything else. Then I pop it back out of the folder. You're fresh and you can see it. Perfect. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna whoop. Oh, nope. Wrong layer. I want the whole folder. Whoop. So what if we do something like this, you know? Where like you can barely see the hands? And that fucked up our coloring. I know. However, in theory, that should be easy enough to fix. Because the lines in themselves should be okay, so I just have to go do some cleanup on, like, the colors. And like this way the arms look a little less noodly, I think. It might be that I have to reduce the size of the arms or something just to fix that, but it's fine. For now, let's patch everything up with fixing the coloring. We can start from square one. I do. Okay. It looks like the coloring itself wasn't too out of sorts. It's mostly the line colors that got messed up, which is totally fine, fixable, doable. Okay. So now, line color time. Turn off the shadows. Grab these. Wait. And just start going to town. You know, I missed a section of a white line here, apparently. Good thing I caught that now. So normally the way I do this is I actually test it in Discord first. I don't say a word about uploading an emote, and I have like a private channel for myself. And I use that channel to test the emote before I do literally anything else. And then I try to time it so that way it's like really late at night too, so that most reasonable people are asleep. I know not everybody's going to be asleep due to time zones and just like overall night owlness. But most people are asleep, so even if like people are specifically looking at my emotes, which why would people be looking at my emotes at any time for the most part other than to use them? But even if people are specifically looking, maybe they won't find it if I just do it at a late enough hour. Who would be up that late? Looks directly at you, Evie. Yeah, who would be up that late? Crazy, right? Whew. Especially on a weeknight. Oh, man, couldn't be me. I have work. Except for when I don't have work. You know, don't worry about it. Getting somewhere on these. I know I'm going over the dark colors a little bit too much. I'm just trying to make sure I get all of the white parts. Very easy to group them together. Okay, that looks clean. I don't like the pixelation here, so we'll fix you. Okay, more to fix here. Okay, good enough there. Oh, hang on, I gotta sneeze. Oh, I think I managed to mute myself in time. Like, you're gonna have to do that tonight because the part 2 of the live loader at 5 a.m. That's earlier than me. Good God. I have had to get up at 7:20 most days to get into the office on time because my shift starts at 8:30 and it takes me time to wake up in the morning, so I need the like 40 minutes of wake up time so I can leave the house at 8 and get to my work at 8:30. Tomorrow I'm working from home though, so at the very least I can sleep until like fucking 8:20 and just roll out of bed and dial into the morning meeting type thing. Okay, I do think I need to fix some of these lines though. Yeah, some of the lines got a little desynced. Not the best. Vector's lines are supposed to prevent that, but I guess they still got a little wonky when resized. After longer than it should have reasonably taken, you removed all the files from their hiding places. Congrats! Now you can go back to working on the rest of the mod. Always make sure to have me with the news that panders to me. Good. Good. I haven't played 14 in so long because I felt like so swamped with things happening in real life. Like next week, we're going to be having people in our house to give us estimates on things like getting the floors changed from their current version to hardwood for a single floor. For another floor, it's can we replace the carpet for a reasonable price instead of having to deal with showing people the stains from cat vomit, and also the previous owners really just did not take care of their fucking carpets. Go back to what you're previously doing, whatever that was. Good luck! It's like when you take a break from a JRPG and then you go back to it and you're sitting there going, huh? Who am I? What was I doing? I don't remember anything. But yeah, we're getting all sorts of contractors in next week. Thankfully, our real estate agent is going to be helping us with that process. There's a lot that they already are familiar with, or a lot of contractors, I guess, because they're commonly used by other people in that agency. And so they have a lot of experience with them in terms of like actually delivering on their jobs and doing quality work, which is kind of what we want after the last time we had a contractor in our home almost ghost us and leave us with an unfinished bathroom floor. Nightmare! Nightmare! But it's fine, it's cool, we're good, we're good. Don't worry about it. Taking a break from Deer farming game, just wondering what I was planning. What, a pocket filled with random seeds? I don't remember. No, I don't. Honestly, like, it doesn't even have to be all that long of a break. I've had it where I've gone like a week without playing my farming sim, and then I load it up and it's like, what? What? What am I doing? And I have to like slowly run around my farm looking at all the things I have and like checking the in-game list of people and stuff like that just to figure out what the hell was going on. This winter theme is amazing, by the way. I think it's my favorite winter theme in like any farming sim ever. It's just so peaceful. Too often, winter themes are Christmassy instead of appreciating the true beauty of winter, which is just the quiet of fallen snow. Okay, fix that. Perfect. I think that's good. Boo, boo, boo. All right, I think I've cleaned up about as much as I can for the lines. Let's turn the shadows back on. Yeah, that rescaled pretty well, not gonna lie. Oop. Undo. I'm just gonna fix things up here. I love how quiet snow is. Whenever it snows, it feels so comfy and quiet, especially when you have a nice warm blanket and hot cocoa. Yeah! People only hate snow because they have to drive in it. We've made existing in snow miserable. But what if we just didn't have to do any work? Have you considered that, modern day corporations? I feel like it'd be revolutionary. It's always so sad. Like, I normally am lucky and I don't have to see any accidents, but like, I did see like emergency vehicles parked on one side of the highway at some point this week because we got our first real snowfall of the season, and it's like, I really hope whoever that is survived. Because, you know, a lot of these people are only on the roads because they have to go to work. Think of how many people would still have their life if we didn't have the corporations keep running, even in times of inclement weather. I'm just saying. I am less of a fan of the town theme and winter town theme in Story Seasons Grand Bazaar because it does the whole Jingle Bell Christmassy thing. I get the point though. You know, they are meant to be like a northern town. Christmas is a big thing. No, because then the Megaporpos can't get away with not paying people well. So if it snows in Texas, people don't have to work, but the state also shuts down. Oy. That part is potentially even scarier. Like, I've always been in areas where snow is at least an existent threat, so it's like, okay guys, put down the salt, get ready. And you know, you could still try to pray for a snow day if you were lucky, but generally things kept moving even if it snowed. Unless it was a really, really big, bad snow. But to think that there are places that don't have those things in place, and so they just fucking break when it snows, it's like, god damn. If it's happened at least once before, why aren't you ready for it the next time? Because it takes money, of course. But you know, it's still just... Ooh, awful. Awful, awful, awful. There was a mega snowstorm like 5 years ago and they couldn't handle it, so pipes were frozen. People had to boil snow for water. Oh. At least like boiling snow for water is an option. I'm a little worried about like people's fridges and stuff. How many people know to stock up on canned goods instead of perishables? I guess like there should be plenty of them out there because isn't Texas full of like doomsday prepper folks? So they should know. But it always just makes me worried about like what if they don't know? You know, those who know, those who don't know type things. Family had it significantly better than a lot of others. Good to hear that you weren't as impacted. That's very good. Unfortunately, I'm the type of person where, like, if something bad happens, the first thing that comes to mind is like, okay, but do the people I know, are they okay? How are they doing? And then it's like, oh shit, wait. There's so many other people who are also doing horribly right now. A lot of people were not prepped. No! Oh, the poor things. We are still kind of having the issue of the arms looking like tubes from afar. I think my only recourse is to shorten them. I could pull this one in. Let me just try and make the canvas bigger and see if that helps at all. Hey, okay, the drawing didn't get cut off. Perfect. Alright, so I'm gonna make it a little bigger. Oh, but something happened over here with the shading. That's fine. Whatever. I'm just gonna do some erasing. And it's like nothing happened, except on the other side. Normal. Unhook. Let's just do some cleanup. Meow. Meow. Oop. Okay. So now, multiply. Oh no! The bottom part here got absolutely fucked, huh? Well, good thing we don't need that part anymore. About to go insane trying to draw balloons. Oh no, Camille! What are you drawing balloons for? Oh, first, like, put you back up here. Link it. Down here. Okay. Now we're grabbing you. Oi. Oi. No! Why did that delete so much? I think it's my worst fear come to life. Yeah, there's all these leftover lines, even though I've been erasing. Fuck, man. Fuck. Can I, like, select a line? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. What even were these? I don't know anymore. You guys didn't see anything. Surely I'll get through these at some point, right? If I just delete enough times, they'll be gone, right? I can't tell if I've seen the same ones or not. I think they're different now. Oh. Okay, we found one that actually affects the drawing somehow. You have multiple propane heaters, stocked up on propane and other supplies. Only lost power for a day. End up playing Monopoly that night because, you know, why not? Hey! You know, that's probably the best way to go about it. Just turn it into a family fun night. What the hell do you mean? Hang on, what the hell was that last one? Yeah, see, that fucks with the line somehow. I don't know how, but it does. Okay. Alright. Hopefully, when we go to move this, it should be less damage being done. That's acceptable. I'll take that. I can fix that line much easier than I could with, like, all of the hair being deleted. Trying to finish up an anniversary piece for yourself by today and you chose to draw balloons. No! Your own attempt at doing something nice for yourself gone horribly wrong. Oh, isn't that just the way? Oh dear. You're supposed to be... Why is that not working? Why are you not working? You're on multiply! You're on multiply! Eh! Wait. Are you in the other folder? Yes! Oh, I scared myself. Oh, that was terrifying. It's okay. It's okay. We're living, lads. So I moved it over, like, what, half an inch? And it's still a little unbalanced for sure. Do I move it in more? Okay, hang on. Let me just open the original... What is the canvas size I was working with? I was originally working with 267 by 267. Okay, so that's what I have to shrink this back to by the end. Ignore everything down here. It's not relevant anymore. Don't worry about it. I am looking at the arms. I'm judging whether I want to pull them in a little bit more. There's potentially nothing that will stop noodle mode from looking like noodles. Okay, before I do anything else, let's be reasonable about this and go back down to our 267 by 267. Okay, there. We have that back. Everything looks to be roughly in order. Just gonna smooth out some shadows over here and over here and over here for that matter. Okay, so now whoop, wrong layer. So you can see where our original shinies were. I'm just gonna... What the fuck is that? I have no clue. What the hell are you over here? I don't know. Don't worry about it. I guess we're going to expand out the shinies. Big... Now it's looking like the issue is it's not wide enough. Not wide enough still. Now it's not tall enough. Taller again? No, definitely not. I think it was too short. Oui? Oui? What am I doing? That's roughly right. Almost. This is pure guesswork. If I had paid attention to how much I increased my previous selection, I could have done that instead. Too late. Very close. I think it's just a little bit more this way. And then maybe down. This way. Oh, that looks almost perfect on the eyes. Okay, and so then now we can go ahead and just like clean this portion up. Okay, that works. Honestly, I am just gonna, because I forgot before, grab that part again, and we're gonna go on this little dot here. Whee! A little shiny highlight for the bead. And get rid of like the shadow around there. Bam. Okay. I need this back because I noticed there is a shadow missing on like this portion of the face. Okay, good enough. Now we can take our glow back, figure out where the hell everything should go. Ah. Well, it's not the end of the world like that, actually. I have no clue what's happening at that bottom there. Like, do you see that rectangle? I didn't do that. I definitely did not do that. You know what? Instead of moving anything, what if I just delete everything and redo this? Because I don't like those rectangles. Not too shiny. Both the orange, I guess, over here. And then shiny there. Okay, I think that's good enough. I feel like that's more visible. Still red noodle army, but don't worry about it. I think maybe it'll help also if I like take away. Ooh, that's very big. Take away some of the shadows on the arms here, so that way they look a little like straighter from afar. Trick the eye with the values. Okay, it's so weird. Like when I zoom out, like it looks like the bend is just not complete over here. But that's because the elbow is right there. I don't get it. I don't get it. What have I done wrong? Alright, whatever. Alright. Let's save this version. And then firstly, get rid of this. There we go. Alright, now we can see this as a PNG. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it as a second copy, just so we have the original, just in case. Alright, back to the testing grounds. Putting it into the emotes, the new version. Move from set. Yeah. Okay, and then now. I guess the old one I'll delete. Yeah. So now it should just be doing the new one. Okay. Okay. Alright, the upload for the new one should be done. I'll see if it's working myself this time, since I don't want to force you guys to refresh and go through more ads. I don't think we're gonna get it, lads. Like, it's so close, but you just can't really make out the character. But if I zoom in anymore, you lose the arms, which are a big part of the meme. Unless, like, do I just try to make it so that way the arms go off the screen from the zoom, and you can only see kind of like the thumbs or so? Darn. Mind if you try taking a stab at it? Oh yeah, go ahead, Evie. I trust you implicitly. You designed my PNG tuber model. You have rights. I think it might just be that we have to relegate this to stickers only and remove it from Twitch as an emote. Which, if I had to guess, the trade offer would probably end up the same way. So perhaps I take that off of my list of emotes and I focus on like more attainable things like a lurk emote or light sticks. Oh, you know what? While you guys are all here, I want to make a Popcat emote, but would you prefer the Popcat to be the cat version or the human version? Oh, you know what? If I'm gonna make an alternate form gimmick for the PNG tuber, a cat form would be pretty good. I'm putting the height and width. It is 267 by 267 was the original canvas. I just picked a random size, honestly. We don't have a lot of the cat form and emo form. You're so right. I made sure to make the heart one have the cat because I thought that'd be real cute. But otherwise, it's just been the human form because it's more marketable. But you know what? Cat it is. Cat for the Popcat. I chose a Popcat because in theory, it should only be 2 frames. So I can use one of those like online make your own GIFs things where you paste in the images. So I only have to draw 2 things for it. So that should be attainable. I was high-key considering Padoru. Padoru, like the Fates gimmick thing. The Hashire Sori yo. That sort of thing. Or is it Hashire Sore? I don't remember how it goes. Kaze no yo ni tsukimi hara o padoru padoru. That. But I think that's at least 4 frames, if not more, when you have to make a consistent rotation too. Oh, without being able to take it apart frame by frame and just draw over it, I don't think it'd be worth it. Popcat? Oh, you've never seen the Popcat meme, Randomist? Hang on. Popcat meme. Yeah, like that. It's not the OG, but that's what the emote's based off of. So let me try and find you. Here. It might just be in Discord. Give me a moment. Popcat. Yeah, I put it in general. It's basically just somebody took a photo of a cat and then like poorly edited it to have an open mouth, and then it's supposed to have a little like pop noise that comes if it's in a video form. Padoru's are mediocre at best. Oh, Randomist, no, that's like the one holiday meme I really enjoy. I'm so tired of the like Mariah Carey, she's unfreezing, oh no! But Padoru's are fine. I love Padoru. You don't think you've seen one you legitimately liked? What? They're so cute! And they've all got that stupid derpy face on them. I love it. I'm not a Fate fan, but I love the derpiness. That's such a shame. I enjoy them quite a bit. Especially, like, I don't know if that was the original, but, like, the one version that I heard was, like, where I very poorly sang it. I was imitating the tone of the Padoru and, like, how they sang it in that video. You've seen the Popcat thing, you just haven't heard it called that before. What else is it called? I don't know any other names for it. I can probably get rid of all of these because I don't need their colors anymore. Do not save changes. Do not save changes. Do not save changes. All right, there we go. Unless Eevee can come up with a way to save this, I don't think it can be an emote. Yeah, it's the first time you've ever heard someone refer to it directly before. Oh, okay. I see. Sketching down a simplified version. Oh, so I'd have to redraw it then. You know, while I'm waiting on that, I will go into the Discord and take a look at making stickers. How to sticker. Manage stickers. I have free slots. Alright, let's see here. Which one do I pick? Do I pick the zoomed out one? Maybe I pick the zoomed out one and try that first. Oh, that's a pretty good sticker. Cinema. It needs an emoji? What? Okay, interesting. I'll just take a default one because none of my emotes work for this. Alright, now, if I go to stickers here... It's working! There's a bit of, like, clipping and stuff around it. Pixelation. I don't know what's causing that. But it's working! Yippee! Well, in the Discord, in the art channel, you can see the sticker version of Cinema. I'm gonna remove the emote version. So that way, you guys don't have to witness the atrocities anymore. Remove from slot. There we go. I'm just gonna delete that entirely. Be gone! So the one in the Discord I should actually go to show you guys is not this zoomed in one. Because I thought it'd be a waste of like the full half body that we drew. So I ended up going with this one instead. Since I still had the PNG saved. That's why you always save your copies! You never know! You never know. You know what? It could be because I saved it as a PNG or something. Maybe there's just like pixelation I'm not aware of. But like, I see it's pixelated even here. Which is strange. Maybe I'm just working too small. Because even when I go back to the clip, yeah, you can still see there's like stray pixels and stuff. Yeah, it's probably just from either my brushes or me not treating things properly in terms of resizing and stuff. Oh well. It's fine. So, just as a recap, guys, it's been 4 hours. I said I was going to make an emote. I failed to make an emote. I made a sticker instead. Oh, Evie just sent me the file. Ah, okay. So turn it into more of like a standard emote base. Where you do the chibi form with the hands up. Very good idea. So, alright, now to recap. I spent 4 hours working. I tried to make an emote. I did not make an emote. It ended up being a sticker. And now, we are back to the rough draft idea of how to make the same emote. I never said I was good at this, guys. All I have is effort. All I can do is try. Brady told me like cinema simple is a good idea generally. Yeah. I was hoping that just like cutting out the whole, because like the guy is sitting in a chair or something. I was hoping cutting out the chair and the sitting and just having like the half body up would be enough for it. It was not, in terms of simplifying. We gotta go full chibi mode. There's a reason a lot of emotes are chibis. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. I'll learn my lesson eventually. Probably not. Oh well. At least it was a fun time. Like, you know, we can say we enjoyed ourselves, right? Working on art that's not gonna see the light of day. It's okay! Don't worry about it. Okay. While we still have the Story of Seasons music going, I am going to try and find a person for us to raid. I have to go to work tomorrow, so I cannot stay long. But I figure we should spread the love because Chow was so kind to raid us.